There we go. Yeah, so I just started early to make sure my microphones are working, the video was working, and that sounded good. And now that I've started, I realized my microphones were not on. So let's check the stream here. Do I hear myself?
Started.
I think I hear myself. All right. So we'll put this back to chat, and we'll just get started. So I'll just hang around here for a little bit, see if somebody joins. Just need one person to tell me what beer to brew. We have the Kolsch. There you go. Yep, there's the Kolsch. And we have the Fresh Squeezed IPA, which is there. And those were in the thumbnail for a little bit before the stream started. I have everything I need for both. It's entirely up to whoever says something first on what we should watch. Currently, I'm the only one watching myself, so I will just wait. Hey, somebody joined. So I have two beers to brew. Someone just needs to pick which one. We have the, put them on screen. We have the Fresh Squeezed IPA, and we have the Kolsch. It's entirely up to the audience. Otherwise, in the next 15 minutes or less, I'm just gonna pick and I'm just gonna start brewing. I've already got the water heated up to 155. It's still climbing, so I'm just turning it down ever so slightly. So it's at 158. The yeast, in case anyone's wondering, for the Kolsch, for the Fresh Squeezed IPA is a West Coast ale from Omega Yeast Labs. I usually do Y yeast, or what's it called? I have them in my drawer here. Right there. White Labs. I usually do them. I think this is the same company. Nope, not the same company. But these are the ones that the homebrew shop gave me since I'm still learning this. And so whatever one we pick, I'll put the other one back in the freezer. Or fridge. Fridge, not freezer. Okay. So, we're supposed to go over the stuff that's in them. So we'll go over the fresh squeeze. Maybe that'll make people want to pick. Let's see here. Fresh squeeze contains U.S. Mosaic, more U.S. Mosaic, 3 packages of U.S. Mosaic. Okay, so 3 ounces. Put those right there. Also contains nugget. I don't know what this one smells like. It says spicy herbal, so I'm guessing that's what gives it. This is typically for barley wines. Sure. Haven't read that book yet. We have Citra, which will give us our fresh squeezed flavor. And we have another Citra. So just those 3 types of hops. 2 ounces of Citra, 1 ounce of nugget, and 3 ounces of Mosaic. Get rid of this paper. Fresh Squeezed IPA grain blend. No idea what's in it. I wish they would put what's in it. And at least you know what you're steeping your grains with. It was made a month ago. So, but I trust Midwest. They make some really good kit beers. And then the malt. We have 6 pounds of just regular gold malted barley. Again, wish it said exactly what it was. But it does not. And then the same thing again. Malted barley. So this one goes in with the fresh squeeze one actually goes in after the boil has started. But not, so it's 15 minutes in. Oh no, 10 minutes left. We put in this. That's crazy. I don't think I've ever put in a liquid malt 10 minutes in. It's quite interesting. So I'm going to shove all these back in the box so we don't get them mixed up and I end up brewing the wrong beer, which I'm sure it would still taste good, just Wrong beer. The Kolsch is pretty light on the ingredients, hence the Kolsch. Let's see here. We have more paper. Just throw that on the floor. The Kolsch, pretty basic. US Pearl and German Splat. Splat? Split? Splat? Go with that. And US Pearl. Ounce of each. And then Kolsch grains. Yeah, again, I wish it would say what it is, but it does not. Kind of looks like just a regular Pilsner malt, but don't know for sure. And then, slightly different, regular Pilsner malt syrup. So I'm guessing this is Pilsner grains. That's pretty much everything on the Kolsch. It's pretty simple. Both of them are going to be pretty simple to make. But yeah, I just need somebody to pick which one. Kolsch or fresh squeezed. Take your pick. We'll start steeping grains. And if someone doesn't pick in the next time we got 7 minutes, I'm just going to pick for myself. I'm kind of leaning towards the fresh squeezed because that looks like more fun to do. The Kolsch is pretty simple. We'll do that next weekend. Or we'll do the fresh squeeze next weekend. Not sure yet. Scott is not here today. Sad face. So I'll do this alone again. I have been brewing alone. It's pretty simple with my setup. It's basically just drink beer, which I do not have right now. I was going to wait until we start to actually start drinking the beer. Because we have 2 kegs in the, or we have 1 keg in the keg fridge right now, in the Keyser. Which I have to empty so that I can fit these 2 beers into one of those kegs. So there's 2 kegs in the keg fridge. I also have a 3-gallon keg that goes in there, but I'm going to save that for an all-grain brew. So I'm going to start getting away from the kits and start getting into proper brewing. Yeah. I wish we could play music during a live stream, but YouTube will flag my stream. So maybe I'll do a Twitch next time? Ugh. I don't know if I want to do Twitch. Might get a lot of trolls. I'm surprised I haven't gotten anybody trolling. Is that like a thing? People that troll live streams? Wondering what I sound like. Do I sound good? Can the one person who's watching me say something? Please? Please? No? Okay. I have most of the things set up that are pretty basic for most beers. I got the Werflock tablet and the yeast nutrient. That'll go in the last 10 minutes. So I have that in a separate bowl, so that's ready to go. I suppose, what should I just... Everything's ready to go. This is sitting at... I'm going to turn that down a little bit further. Overshot by a little bit. So we'll take the lid off. We'll let some heat out. Ding. So, you should be able to see everything. Yep, you guys can. Just stir it up a little bit, kind of move it around. There are currents in there from the heat itself, but it is a lot of liquid on an electric cooktop. Yeah, we overshot a little. Shoot, shoot, shoot. And it's funny because my burner's like almost completely off. So this is just a really good kettle. We had the same camera again, but I fixed the 4x3 problem. It's just a setting in OBS. I was just getting it wrong. It's supposed to do 1080p 30, but when I set it to 1080p 30, it does not work. Which is odd, because I can plug it into my Mac Pro, and it does 1080p 30. I can plug it in my Raspberry Pi, my 3D printer, and it does 1080p 30. But for some reason, when you plug it into Windows, it does 1080p 25? And then I can't turn off the auto exposure, so when my hand goes in there, you can see it dims and it's brighter. Who knows? So hopefully this will give you a better view. I have a couple other newer views, so when I go over to the kettle, we can see that view. And it's not 1080p, it's actually 720p, because I don't need it to be that big in the corner of the screen. And then we just have the main camera if I just want to take that camera off or if it dies or something like that. So we'll go back to this. And then I have this wonderful thing that Scott wanted to do last time that got working, which is scroll, start. We can go and click on the pixel and enter. Oh, look at that, wireless video. So you can see what we got here. I'll have to click focus. There we go. So yeah, we're at 160. We were like 20 minutes before the stream started. I was sitting at 155 and I kept turning it down. So it's just keeps going. And I have the knob pretty much off. So I took the lid off, let some steam out. Kind of leaning towards that fresh squeezed IPA when somebody jumps in. So yeah, we have a little camera. You can kind of see my setup. I got a little camera monitor here. Oh, man. And then I got my streaming camera, which I don't think we saw last time. So there's the streaming camera. We'll turn off the pixel. Whoop, there we go. And close that. So when we get to parts where I need to show something in detail, I will use the phone. Yep, leaning towards the fresh squeezed. Sounds like more fun. However, that one takes 6 weeks. The Kolsch takes 5 weeks. Which one do I want to drink quicker? Let's see which one's actually more alcoholic here. Excuse me, sorry. So, brew calculator, alcohol calculator. Measured original gravity, 1043. Final gravity, 1012. Why isn't it going? What's going on? Oh. I don't have the point. Huh? That can't be right. 0.02% beer. There we go. So the Kolsch will end up with a 5.13. So we'll say 5 because I'll probably fuck something up and ruin it. The fresh squeezed will be 1.063, which I think is going to be like 7%. 1.0. Oh, actually, no, it'll be different. 8%. 7.98. So the fresh squeeze is going to be a boozy, which I'm okay with. We came up on that 10-minute mark. I think I'm going to go with the fresh squeezed, unless somebody joins the stream now and requests it. Maybe I'll do this again when I have more concurrent viewers. So we're going to go with the fresh squeeze. So I will take the Kolsch yeast and put it back in the fridge so that it is ready for next weekend. And the West Coast Ale yeast, we'll kind of shake that up. It's very puffy. Got it from the store like that. I usually don't have that with beers. What is with this hair? It's like this little hook. Should I just leave it? It's like the brew hook. So we'll let that warm up. We will put that right there. We'll take the Kolsch and we'll put it over here. Beer back. Just get it out of the way. All right, so let's do the fresh squeezed. That's what we're doing. That's what I've decided. The mob has not spoken. All right. Here we go. We got all of our hops. Lay them out right there. We'll figure those out in a second. We'll put our malt in the sink and we'll fill that with hot water. So that's ready to go when we need to go. So we'll do hot. Put our tubes over here and turn on. Let that do its thing. Now that I have my clip mic, this thing. Yep, I'm not going to touch it. I want to ruin people's ears. I should sound good wherever I go in the house. So we have the fresh squeezed IPA malt. Let's get it all to the bottom. We have our muslin bag, and our corn sugar, which I'm now collecting because I don't bottle anymore. So not sure what to do with that. And we'll hide the box. Punt it over there. Okay. Open up our grains. Ta-da. Check on the water. It could get more full. All right. Let's start. Words. I've also got chat and the stream status over there. So if I go down or if I lose my audio, it'll tell me. Put over the bag. Turn the water off. Funsies. All right. We will switch screens. Like the little bouncing beer mug in the corner. I found that online. I like the GIF. There's always a glass of beer somewhere in this shot, even when I don't have a glass of beer. Okay, we're going down. So it's at 160. We're going a little on the warm side, but from my experience, screwing this up has not really done a whole lot because I'm not doing an actual mash. This is just Stevie the grains. And the beer still tastes like beer. Hi, I'm in the tiny window. All right, so let's put this in. We'll dump this over. Unless somebody speaks up now. I've opened the bag. We're doing the fresh squeezed IPA. Here we go. Too late. Okay, that's in. We'll quickly kind of use it as a tea bag for a second, and we will get it thoroughly mixed in there. Ooh, it smells good. It smells good. It actually has that nice, it's going to taste like orange juice color to it. If that's a thing. Is that a thing? So we will quickly tie this off. I think I have a clip somewhere, don't I? Let's just tie it off for now. I'll find the clip. It was here somewhere. Tie that to the handle. There we go. That's not going anywhere, but I do want it lower. So let's see if we can find the, excuse me, see if we can find the clip in my many different places to put clips. Not in there. Not in here. Sorry about the audio. Where would that clip be? Where, oh where? I used to have it clipped on the handle of my doors. It's not on any chips. So where would it be? Where would that clip be? Tell you what, we will just use one of these many Metro Dental Care ones I have for my mom. Will this hold? That is the question. It is magnetic. Yeah, that will work. Cool. Improvise. All right, set a timer for 25 minutes. Not gonna do 15 this time. I kind of want to get all of the out of it. It says 15 to 30 minutes. So kind of split the difference and just do a little bit higher than 15. And I got malt. Let's see what it smells like. I know what it smells like now, but what does the bag smell like? Switch back to my camera. Ooh, it's like what is that? It almost smells like, kind of like fresh baked cookies or brownies. like some sort of caramel brownie. Oh, I'm talking to no one. Shoot. The joys of starting the YouTube channel. So I'm just gonna hang out. I probably won't talk much unless somebody talks to me. Oh man, that smells good. I like that. So I'll probably hang on to this and I'll put the grains in it when we're done. I'm gonna leave the lid off so that we go down in temp a little. Ooh, that is a beautiful color. The fuck was that? Oh. Cool. I got too close to the valve and it was full of water, and capillary action stepped in and covered my shirt. Sweet. Yeah, it's like a nice, it's a very clear color. It's not cloudy like it normally is. Just beat up the bag a little bit, get a little bit of that water in there. Yeah, it's like a dark orange. Oh, it's gonna be so good. Gonna have it with breakfast. I should get a beer. Let's get a beer glass. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm wearing the Surly shirt. I'll use the Surly mug as I walk over here to my bar and somehow deplete a keg. That would be awesome if this was the day I depleted the keg. It should be dead by now. Actually, no, it wouldn't be awesome. I don't have any beer for today. End of brew day. We're running out of beer. That'd be great. A perfect excuse to drink beer at 10:30 in the morning. Let that drip, and then I'll put the cap back on. Hey, somebody came back. Did I bore them and they left? Don't worry, I'm back. Oh, what I should have put up while I was getting a beer, I found this. It's a perpetually pouring beer thing. Yeah. So I'll put it on this view. In the meantime, while I'm talking, so you guys can see the beer, or whoever joins. I am drinking out of my Surly glass. Can't really see the logo. This is a clone of, can't think of the name, Ballast Point's Grapefruit Sculpin, and this is called the Grapefruit Sultan. And oh, has it aged well. Oh, it's so good. Oh, perfect. We came down. We're at like 158. So I'll just keep turning that down a little bit. This time we put in 5.5 gallons because I will be adding so much to this. I might want to take some of it out a little bit more, or just leave the lid off until we get to the boil, which will take longer. And then this time we're going to put the lid on kind of partially so that we actually get a rolling boil. I don't think we got that with the beer we brewed last weekend because we left the lid off the entire time. Oh man, so good. So good. Yeah. I really wish I could listen to music. You know, I don't have anybody to talk to. I could put on headphones. Ooh. But then you guys can't hear anything. And I'm not going to play the stream music, the stream starting music. That's just too specific. So, yeah, we'll put up the graphic. Forgot about that. We're doing the Fresh Squeezed. We'll go to our other ones and we'll put up, no, wrong one. There we go. Fresh Squeezed and Fresh Squeezed. There. Now everyone knows what we're brewing. Should put this in front of my beer. Just put it down here. No. We'll just, it'll be our, it's not my logo. I didn't get any of these. I didn't make any of these, so don't judge. Got them off the interwebs. If someone posts something to the interwebs, it's not really theirs. I'm kind of hoping to get... Yeah. All right. I suppose I could turn this camera a little bit. Or maybe come at it from a different angle so that I'm in the shot and the beer is in the shot. I'll just be tiny. I'll just be tiny. I just really want some music. Oh, see, it's doing that focus thing again. Where it doesn't know what it's doing. Webcam, configure video, control, autofocus off. There we go. So now I should be able to focus. Yes, I am. Turn off the exposure, compensation, and now I should be able to control the gain. Am I? Oh, I am. Sweet. So now we can fix this shot properly. No more auto exposure. We don't need any low light compensation because it's not low light, it's well lit. We'll do that. And then we'll just add a little bit of gain. And this is the thing I do at my job most of the time, is make things look pretty. Whether it be certain talent people on screen, one who will not be named. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. And then I got a nice, I color corrected a nice LUT for the main camera, so that my shirt, if I was wearing the blue one, it wouldn't be as blue. If I hold up this is the right color now. So, yay LUTs. So while that's steeping, there's 17 minutes left on that. We've come down right to 155, so that's good. Clip's holding. Neat. We'll switch back over to here. Whoop. I tried to find like an effect that looked like beer was filling the screen. It doesn't work. Move the beer out of the way, and we'll set up our additions. So the first addition is going to be the LME. As soon as you see a rolling boil, set a timer for 60 minutes and add the nugget. Nugget. Let's see what the nuggets smell like. I bet it's good. I bet it is good. If Brad Johnson is watching, I remember, I can't remember it. The guy, the tear, so you have one piece of garbage, not two. Brad would be proud. Learned something at the Boy Scouts. So here we go, nugget. Smells, ooh. Why am I smelling the garbage? I got the bowl right here. I can see how that would be part of the Citra flavor. The like orange juice flavor of the IPA. That is pretty good. If only you were here to smell it. All right, so that's the nugget. That is first in line. Ta-da. And then after we boil for 45 minutes, we add the other jug of gold LME. And then in the last 5 minutes, no. Oh, I see. Okay, so boil for 45 minutes, then add that. So that's like the 15 minutes left. Boil for 10 minutes, 5 minutes left. Okay, so this will be 45 minutes left in the boil, or 15 minutes left in the boil. I should write this down. Pen. 60, 15, 5, 0. Let's do 10, and we'll add the tab and newt. So this is first, LME is second, this is third. The 1 ounce of Citra hops. Oh wow, everything else is dry hopped. Cool. So we'll add our Citra. And this is, add 2 ounces of Mosaic. The Citra is dry hopped. Do I have 3 Mosaic? I do. Okay. So these other last 2 Mosaics and Citras will be dry hopped. But these go in right at the end. That's going to probably add that citrus, I'm drinking orange juice flavor. Man, that color looks good. You can kind of tell on screen. Maybe if I get a light in there. Can I do a light? Oh man, they should make like a glass brew. No, they shouldn't. I was gonna You can kind of see it again. Oh, let's switch cameras. There you go. You can kind of see it against the bag. If I can get the dot to go away. There we go. Yeah, it's a nice dark orange color. So that should look good. So 2 ounces of Mosaic, 1 ounce of Citra. I've had Citra before. That was a weird tear. We don't need that. Woohoo! Making a mess. That's Citra. Smell the Citra separately. Oh yeah, that's gonna be good. That is gonna be good. What we got? Ooh, Mosaic. Hello. 2 ounces. Good. All right, doing this right. So I always think of beer as something anyone can make. If you can boil water, you can probably make beer. If you can boil water and follow instructions. And I should mention that to Midwest. Like, their instructions, they've gotten better. But it still should say, set a timer for 60 minutes. When the timer says this, do this. Just to make it easy for, like, real novices. This is my 12th beer. So I kind of got an idea of what I'm doing. All right, so that's our additions. It's out here. Just need to wait for this steeped grains. We got 12 minutes left. 12. 12, 12, 12. Stir it up a little bit. Oh, I love the smell of malt. It smells so good. Oh man, my entire building is gonna smell like beer malt. I wish my microphone would sit at the yellow level. I'm like hovering around -25. I want to be up at like 10. Come on. Hello? This is set to 0 attenuation. Let's see. Can we open sound settings? No, that's not what I want. I want the Realtek, because that's what I'm plugged into. The microphone is maxed out. Acoustic echo cancellation, noise suppression. Yep, none of this will do anything for me. All right. Nope. Options. Nope. No settings. All right, well, I guess I'll just have to talk louder. Just destroy everyone's ears if they're wearing headphones. Later in this video, if they're watching it on YouTube. Make that chat window fit. It's triggering my OCD. Now brewing fresh squeezed. All right. So, yeah, just waiting game. This is brewing beer, everyone. We'll turn up our heat a little bit. Since we're now at 155 precisely. Where's my beer? Should we order a pizza again today? I think this is kind of cool on YouTube. I'm not going to show it because I don't want to break anything. But they have like a graph on their screen that shows what people are watching you at. And someone is, well, it's 480p. They're probably just watching on like their phone, which is fine. I'm thinking this other viewer is me though. No, because that window's frozen. So maybe there is 2 people watching me. Anybody want to talk to me? Please? Anyone? Is that what I sound like on here? This is a test of the audio. Testing the audio. We'll see what the delay is, too. Oh, yeah, it sounds good. And now we're going to hear that loop back. Sorry. And we'll just put that right there. Oh, I apparently offended the person watching at 480p. Darn. Making beer. Should I change the title of the stream to One Man Talks to Himself While a Pot Boils? Last stream was two men yell at each other. Ah! 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 Oh, it smells so good. I love this hobby. That's right. It's a hobby, kids. It's a hobby. Ooh. Almost bit that. Well, it's fun waiting around doing nothing. 8 minutes. 8 minutes of steeping. We're going to move this around a little bit, though. Ooh. Soaked up quite. Oh, look at that color. Ta-da. Any questions from anybody? I suppose I need viewers for questions. Should we entice some people to watch? Let's see here. We'll do. There. At least I got some friends watch. Ooh. Forgot I had more friends. So we go to, what is it? I guess my Instagram is where I put it. Open with Chrome. Copy link. Oops. Breaking shit. Oops, I swore. Demonetized. Oh, that's right. You can't be monetized because I don't have enough subscribers. So why care? Wait. Oh. Okay. There we go. I sent a bunch of texts. 4 minutes. Well, 4:30. Oh, man. Beer. Someone will take a peek. I can't unlock my phone. Why phone? Why? Why? I should probably change the stream name to Brewing Fresh-Squeezed. Yeah, we'll just do that. Fresh squeezed. I can't spell squeezed. Why did I get that wrong? Fresh squished is the name of it. And we'll save changes. There we go. Fresh squished. Fresh squished IPA. I know, it's super, super exciting. You know, staring at a pot. Oh man, I'm getting really good at controlling this stove. Getting it to be the temp I want. The next upgrade will be burner inside it, like a coil. Probably the normal plug-in ones. Was it 1800 watts? Hooked up to a Raspberry Pi. And then I don't have to, wow, see, it texts people and then suddenly there's 4 people watching. Hey, Mike. Aw, see, your name's on screen. Tiger Live. Hi, Michael. Yeah, it's super exciting right now. Super exciting. I scared away 2 people. We're just staring at a pot while some grains steep. So basically I'm making oversized tea. If that's what you like. It's nice to see the chat's actually working. Now I can actually see it from this distance. Mike, you're welcome to come over and drink beer at 10:30 in the morning. Yep. So since Mike just joined, I'll just explain what we're brewing. We're brewing... Blah. It's a bit early for me. No, it's not. It's never early. Man, my hair is really messed up today. We are brewing Fresh Squeezed IPA. It's basically going to taste like orange juice. There is, so here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ounces of hops, which is a lot. But it'll taste like orange juice, guaranteed. Won't taste hoppy, I hope. So, yeah, at least when you guys come over, there'll be a beer you guys can drink, and it'll taste good. The other one is the Kolsch, which is all over there, which is like the one that Baldman has, that light Pilsner they have. I forget what it's called, the Lonely Blonde. But it's not a blonde ale, but it's close to that. So at least there'll be something to drink that's not just for me. Because it's been taking me a while to get rid of 8 ounces of hop. Dat Kolsch. Yes, it is. It's a simpler beer. It'll be ready in 5 weeks. This one's 6 weeks. But if you knock 2 to 3 weeks off of that, that's bottling and conditioning. So it'll actually be ready by the middle of August. Julia likes your kitchen, by the way. Oh, well, thank you. I can, I don't know if I want to do it right now, but I can change the colors of everything. And yeah. I've been tweaking the stream to make cool things. Hey, we're done steeping. Ta-da. All right. So we can max our heat and take our grains out. Sorry, I got distracted. What camera are you using? I'm using my Blackmagic camera. You know, the one that I bought a long time ago and don't use, that I also brought to Japan and didn't use. Now finally using it. So, use the spoon. Oh, shoot, 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 shoot. I gotta switch cameras. Oh, it smells so good. I want to just eat it. Does Julia want the grains? Can you make like bread and cookies and dog treats and things out of it. You know, food. Smell like oranges, I think. No, it just smells like bread. It will smell like oranges. Just squish that in there. So, there we go. Grain's done. Put them over there. Turn up the heat, and now we're at water. Now we will crank it up, put the lid on, go for broke. So, we are shooting for, yes please. All right, I will put them in the bag and save them. If I can even fit them in the bag though. Oh yeah, they'll fit. Yeah, they're good in like, I've made cookies, which were a little odd because the grains were kind of thick. Nice multi-grain bread. There you go. There's your multi-grain. Dog treats apparently are a huge hit with dogs. I'll let that cool down a little bit before I put the bag. God, what else can you make? I mean, you can just look for it. Look for spent grain recipes. Most of the time, breweries, man, this little curl is driving me nuts. Most of the time, breweries sell their spent grains, or maybe just give. I don't know if they sell to farms, and it's used as like feed. So they mix it in with like cow feed and pig feed. So it's like a full circle thing. You make beer, you feed the world. It is a massive waste of water, though, brewing beer. I gotta stop looking at the computer and look at the actual camera. I will probably burn through 30 gallons of water, maybe 40, maybe actually 50, if you think about it. Because I'll just run it down the drain just to cool the beer. I'm gonna put this back in my fridge, since I don't need it. We'll get our tubes hooked up. In, out. In and out. All right. Move our chiller. We'll put our hop basket in once we get closer to boiling. And that should happen in like 45 minutes to an hour. Thick grains. Yeah, it's thicker than a bowl of oatmeal. Oh, jokes. Jokes. Literally, anyone's welcome to come over and just help me empty this keg, because I need to get it emptied so I can put a beer in it. Ah, that's good. Actually, there's more grapefruit at the bottom of the keg than when I first started. It's very subtle, though. Thick. Is it thick with like 4 Qs? Or just Cs? So we're doing the 6 pounds first, which will be fun to do alone. Have to stir and pour at the same time. How will I do that? The yeast is getting puffy. More puffy than it was. Thick with 3 Qs. Yeast. It's what's in the beer. These nuggets are so good, though. They smell like half of what an orange would smell like if you removed half the flavor. Nice citrusy smell. And then the mosaic and the citra will do the same thing. Yeah, so that's like the smell of the rind on an orange. I can't actually get to the Citra. I gotta pull it out. The rind would be the Mosaic. And then this would be the Citra combined with this. Yeah, this is gonna taste like orange juice. A super hoppy beer that's not hoppy. Because an entire bowl of hops is going in 5 minutes to the end. So it's all aroma? Is that what it is? So much to learn. So much to do. I don't even know where my water book went, Mike. Got back from Japan and I can't find it. I bet I left it in Japan. But where? Some Japanese person's like, oh, I have to learn English to learn what this says. Actually, they won't have to because they already know English. Oh man, the graph is crazy. Some people are watching it like 240. Ew. Who's in pain right now? Or 360. Someone's watching at 360. They're just shy. Yeah, they don't want to watch the whole stream. They just want to watch like. So yeah, 360 stream. Oh, there's 0 of those. Okay, so somebody fixed their stream. 2 people are 720, which is fine, and 1080. I'm trying to stream it like the highest quality. What is it, Mike? Do I sound good and look good? Is it like a good quality, or is it super like bad? Yeah, probably mobile streaming. Anybody who just clicked on the link on their phone. Surprising how that thing heats up my house. It's getting very hot in here. My air conditioning is blasting. Yeah, I wonder what. I can sort by location. Let's see. Okay, that's not what I want. Okay, just location as in like, what's it called? What does it say? External sites, channel pages, and watch page. So if people are watching me not on YouTube, then that would be it. We're at 165. So this could take a while. I could put the sous vide stick in there and get it going quicker, but then I gotta clean it. And I want sticky beer all over my sous vide stick. Where should I? Oh, hey Ben, how's it going? Speaking of Ben Aaron on the stream has a wonderful YouTube channel where he makes music every week, and it is good music. It's not bad music, it's good music. So people should go check it out. Click on his name in the chat. Go check out his music. Maybe I could get Ben to make me an intro song, and we could do a live stream. Remember when we used to make videos, Ben? It's okay. Hey, you know, the amount of subscribers you have compared to how many views you get per video, that ratio is pretty good. Most of your subscribers are watching your videos. Because most people on YouTube that have like millions of followers and only get like 20 or 30,000 views, most of the subscribers have just either died off, they're just blank subscribed, but yeah. Yeah, I can make you a theme song. Yeah, you should do some live streams though. It's kind of being like the cool thing now. Like you could do ones on the weekend when you're writing the song. Just be like, hey, we're just gonna stream, and it's just kind of, you just have it on. Like I'm not putting on a show here because it's gonna be a really long show. I don't expect you guys to stick around, but yeah, you should do some live streams, man. You've got enough subscribers, they'd watch you. I have 22. Yeah. Oh God, what would the theme song be? This is my slate though that I have. I found this cool GIF of a brewery. So I thought that was kind of neat. And then I'll hold the thanks for watching. I won't reveal that right now. The Be Right Back is a beer coming out of oh, I should fix that crop. Michael's being cropped off at the top. Yeah, go back to the oh, ew, the kettle. There's a lid on it. Can't see. I made a comment earlier. I didn't finish it because I thought of how dumb it was, but somebody should make a glass brew kettle so you can see what's going on inside. But then I thought, that might be super dangerous. Boiling liquid inside a glass container that if you shatter, there's not only glass, but also boiling hot liquid all over you. But maybe like a glass lid. Something that allows you to see inside. I think that'd be kind of cool, at least for the live stream. So what are you guys up to? I'm assuming Mike is hanging out with Julia. Ben's either working on his music or he's... I don't know, it's been so long since I've talked to Ben. I don't know what he does. What do you do, Ben? What do you do? What do you do? Any keywords I should include for a theme song? Ooh. Let's see. Brewing, of course. The joke we had... Oh. Hey, Aubrey. The joke we had last week with Scott and I was it was two men yelling at each other while a pot boils. I'd say something that's super, like, on the nose, if you know what I mean. Like, not very specific, but references are funny. I don't know. I'm not a songwriter. I don't know how you do it in a week, how you write those songs. It's quite impressive. I'm going to stop playing with the pen because that sounds probably terrible. Oh, wow. We are at 170. Shooting for that 208, I think is what my boiling temp is here. Because I'm on the second floor. You know, height matters. Yeah, this thing goes up to 100 degrees Celsius, but I don't know what the next mark is. The next mark for Fahrenheit only goes to 210. But boiling is technically 212. But it depends on your altitude and the air pressure at the time. God, keywords. I'd say like brewing, tips, something, because I want to teach people. I want to make it so, like, I know there's some people that brew beer that would watch the stream and be like, oh, he's making a kit. Like, well, everybody has to start somewhere. Everybody has to start at the bottom. Like, I'm starting brewing and a YouTube live stream at the same time. Both at the bottom rung. I'm doing kits on a stovetop. And that's the one thing I wanted to, like, really make clear to people. Like, if you can put a kettle on a stovetop, fill it with water, filtered water, hopefully, and boil it and add things in at the right time, you can make beer. Anyone can make beer. Heck, you can even buy just jugs of apple juice, put them into a bucket, add in yeast and put the lid on, and eventually you'll have alcoholic cider, as long as everything was clean. Because you can have, as Mike and I are aware, well, Mike and Kevin are aware, you can have some really rank apple juice if you leave it outside with the lid off. Fermented. Kits are a great idea. Yeah, and I'm going to start trying to make videos, not just doing live streams, but trying to make videos where I explain these kits instructions. Most people either in Minnesota would go to Midwest Supplies, which is up in St. Louis Park, or Northern Brewer. I think there's one in St. Paul, and then there's one in Richfield, I believe. I haven't seen Northern Brewer's instructions, but Midwest's instructions have gotten a lot better. They used to be two-sided, which was... what's the word? Deceptive, because sometimes they'd have like a brewing instruction on the backside where it was just supposed to be fermentation and bottling and stuff. But now they have it all on one page, which is good, but they should really be clear, because I mean some of their customers are going to be people that are going to start beer for the first time. Probably don't know what they're doing. Maybe like links and helpful tips on the backside that say like, here's some things to know about yeast. And most of the yeast packets say, the instruction on the back, pretty clear on this one. Store from 38 to 35. Remove 3 hours prior to pitching, which means adding it to the fermenter. Shake it well for 30 seconds. And make sure the package is clean. So you just dump it in sanitizer. I have sanitizer in my fermenter down here. So just make sure the outside's clean so when you tear it open, no part of the yeast or the beer is ever touching anything that's not clean, which is the main thing with brewing beer, making sure things are clean. As long as everything's clean, you will end up with an alcoholic beverage. Whether or not it tastes exactly like what you're shooting for, it'll still taste like beer. It'll still be hoppy, depending on what hops you put in it. It'll still be alcoholic. And it's pretty clear when you put in yeast and you wait a couple days and nothing happens in the fermenter, it's not fermenting. So you can either add more yeast or your SOL. But yeah, you can get wine kits, beer kits, mead kits. Mead's pretty easy. Mead is honey, water, and yeast, basically, because it's already sugar, so you don't have to do any boiling. Thought about making my own juice wine. Prison wine seemed really easy with the recipe online. Beer seems way more fun. Beer is I try to get people to come over here, and I invite people to come over and brew beer with me, because most of the time with brewing beer, you're drinking beer because it just sits in a pot. I mean, I'm gonna wait like another 45 minutes for it to get to boiling. So prison wine, yes, that's what it's called, prison wine. Yeah, juice, and then you just leave the lid off and let it ferment. That's how they do it in prison. They just collect juice into a jug or toilet wine. That's the other one. Yeah, there is airborne yeast in the air everywhere. There's nothing you can do about it. It's always there. I usually, as like an experiment, I'll put beer in the little tube here to do the hydrometer reading to figure out what the gravity is. And then I will just leave it in here, open, aired, on the counter over here. And a couple days later, there'll be a little krausen on the top of fermentation, and you'll see stuff moving around in there. And that's just from the yeast in the air. It then does smell terrible. It smells like what bad beer smells like. It's pretty gross. And I have not tasted it because it'd probably get me sick. But as long as you keep everything clean, you can be drinking beer months later. Not that it takes months. I did this, I think, 6 months ago, and it still tastes good. And the flavors slowly evolve and get better. So, but yeah, sanitizer is pretty easy. It's like a little ounce of this Star San. For like 5 gallons, you like half an ounce. Put it in there. Gets foam everywhere. Let it sit for at least 2 minutes, and the entire container will be sanitized. Shake it up a little bit. You don't have to wait for it to dry or anything. You just dump the liquid out and leave the foam. Could I join the live stream and play music and learn some interesting things too? Sure. You know me. I got the tech for that. You can plug your guitar in. You can be the music man in the corner while doing the super slow and boring thing. Well, not boring, but just not exciting. Yeah. I had Scott on, who's my colleague from work, last week to brew a beer for him. So he took that home and he's putting that in his kegerator after it's finished fermenting. I'd love to brew beer for people because I enjoy this more than drinking it. I do enjoy drinking beer a lot, but I find it more fun to brew it. So if people are interested in having beer, I'd be willing to make beer because I'd love to do a stream every single weekend, which would be 20 gallons of beer a month. So I'd have to get rid of it quickly. 20 gallons. I can contain, I think, 13 gallons in my beer fridge, but that's still a lot of beer. A lot of prison wine, prison beer. I wonder if that's even possible. Could they even make beer in prison? You can do non-boiled beers. My air conditioner has not turned off. It is so humid in here from this kettle. Yeah, it's like 60, 69 by the thermostat. So we are at 186, almost there. And our malt has liquefied. It is no longer molasses, but the water is just warm. So yeah, I wonder where you could play, because I could technically do this live stream anywhere. It doesn't have to be in my kitchen. I'd love to reach out to like a brewery in town and just ask them like, hey, would you like to live stream your brew days? Because they do Bald Man across the street from me, they brew on Mondays, I believe. I think we lost Mike. Sad face. I was supposed to brew yesterday, but I had to go to my mom's house. She needed me to watch Tom. So I think I would have gotten more people watching, but I'm growing my audience. Ben knows what that's all about. Growing an audience. You just have to stick with it. You gotta take it to the end. You gotta just, people that ask like, how do I get into YouTube? Just do it. Just gotta do it. I'm not concerned about subscribers at this point because I'm already doing something. My end goal is make beer, not grow subscribers. I just thought I'd stream stuff. Oh, bye, Michael. Bye. I hope you're heading out to come over here. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, my end goal is just to make beer. I like making beer. Yeah, gotta grow an audience. Gotta promote. So I've been trying to grow Instagram and, well, Facebook I just gave up on. Now that just is auto posting. But it's hard to decide what to do with your stream. I know I can't just do live streams. Now I gotta make videos. And I don't know how you are able to write music, film it, edit it, and post it on YouTube every week? I think you're every week, right? Or is it every like week and a half or 2 weeks? You say you do it every week, but the lag time for the upload might be different. But yeah, I have to have a consistent schedule. You probably already know about that. You know, upload at the same time, produce the same content that people can enjoy. So it's a tough thing. I wanted to start this a long time ago, doing YouTube, but I'm probably late to the game compared to all the other beer channels out there that have multi-thousand subscribers. Some with like 20 or 30. Oddly enough, most of the beer YouTube channels are based in Minnesota, which I'm just blown away by. It's weird. Many of the people work for Surly. Every week, yeah, I imagine that was pretty hard. Yeah, it's hard producing quality content alone for people. And I just started. I mean, just setting up this live stream is painful because every time you plug in a cable, we do have good water. We do have good water. Every time you plug in a cable, you're troubleshooting something. So what's the question mark for? There's a delay, so I don't know when you're like, huh? Yeah, we have wonderful water here. Most I do is I filter it through a house water filter. So this is going to last me probably 30 years because it's meant for 25,000 gallons, and I just ran 5 gallons at a time. So, and my beer tends to taste fine. There is an odd flavor that I'm tasting in most of the beers I've made, which I'm guessing is chlorine, because everything else tastes fine. But yeah, filter it and you're done. I mean, Surly's got that aquifer. They dug a well, and then Summit has the, what's it called? Not river, but let's go with that. They have the Mississippi, or the Minnesota River. That's what I was looking for. Ooh, we are close to boiling. Close to boiling. 195. And we got water all over the place. Great. Great, great, great. Yeah, I'd love to build this and, do bigger things. And if that means bringing in Ben for music, and we do 2 things at the same time. Because I don't know, because you have that DSLR from your brother still, right? So what's going to happen once water heats up? So once the water heats up, I will slide the brew kettle off the burner, and I will add this 6-pound jug of LME, which is liquid malt extract. So basically the process for making beer is you take the grains and you steep them or mash them for 15 to 30 minutes. And that extracts all of the starches and sugars out of the grains. This process is simpler because you do this for the color. So you just do a little bit of the grains just to add that color to the water, the color of the beer, and kind of a little bit of the flavor, but it helps release some of the things that you wouldn't normally get. And then the liquid malt extract is basically from regular brewing with the grains. They take that liquid and they boil it down until it's just the sugar syrup. So that's what's in those jugs, is liquid beer syrup. So it's the same process, it's just this part cut off like a whole bunch of work. For me to do a normal grain batch, I would need to have 2 bins. One that's steeping the grains, the other was the boil kettle. So this would still be my boil kettle, but I'd have to have like a cooler off to the side that I'd fill with 155 degree water. It's more of a process. I'm working my way up to that. But yeah, we'll be adding flip the sheet over. We'll be adding the 6 pounds of gold LME, and then I will stir that in, make sure it's fully dissolved, and then I'll move it back to the burner. If it's not fully dissolved, then I will scorch it on the bottom and I will burn it, which is easily solved by just being patient. And since this is going to take until probably 1 p.m., patience. Can't say you've been drinking all day if you don't start in the morning. Yeah, so I really think, Ben, you need to do a couple live streams. Just do one as like a test. Be like, hey, we're gonna sit down and write some music, or have like because you already read people's comments. What if you did this? What if one of your songs was written by your audience? Not like word for word, but you just take all their suggestions and you write to that song. But you do it in chunks so that no one's ever hearing the full song, so they have to watch your video once you're finished editing it. But you get their ideas from your audience. I think that'd be a neat idea. But again, ideas from random people. Take it for free. Don't take it. It's fine. But I think it'd be kind of cool. I tried to do that today. I was hoping somebody would jump in and be like, you should brew the Kolsch, or you should brew the fresh squeeze, but nobody jumped in. But that's a lot to ask of an audience you don't have. Everyone in the world watch my stream, decide something, then leave. So I just decided. I said, like, first 10 minutes, then I'll just pick one. So next weekend I'll be doing the Kolsch. Maybe I'll wait a weekend because I got to get this fermenter emptied out once it's done. Because this will be in the fermenter for, we might be fine. 7 to 14 days in this fermenter, and then it moves over to secondary. I might have to wait to brew the second beer because my beer fridge or my fermentation chamber will be full of beer. So I have to wait until that one's done. So that's roughly 2 weeks in the secondary, for primary. Excuse me. And then 2 weeks in the secondary. Both of which ferment at 65 to 72 degrees. So I could brew in 2 weekends and then just leave my air conditioning on for a couple weeks, which I've done in the past. Basically, it's seal up the windows so there's no light and then leave the air on. And those beers turn out fine. Sounds like we're boiling. Oh, we are so close to... Take the lid off here. Ooh, ding. I'd say that's pretty close. We'll give it a little bit longer because we're at 206. So let's get the 6 pounds out. And we'll open it up. How's next weekend for me? Stop by and join you guys. Sure. I'll let you know if I'm actually going to be streaming, because I might have to wait just for the following weekend. So the first weekend in August, I believe. I think that's how math works with calendars. Is that the following weekend? Just because I got to wait for the primary to empty out so I can use the container. I have other primaries, but I just don't want to use them because laziness. Let's see here. Month view. So this is the so 29th, so probably the 5th? That would be 2 weeks from now. Or maybe. I mean, it might be done fermenting by next Sunday. It usually is. But it'll entirely be up to the hydrometer reading. Hey, I fogged up the camera. Oh, sad face. All right. Let's just... I should have put some shaving cream on it. Or whatever that trick is that you put onto a... So we're just under 5.5. Adding this LME is going to bring it back up to... So I'm just cutting the lid open. I'm butchering it. Ooh, it's so sweet. I wonder what LME would taste like if you made it into like a frosting or something. All right, so it's gonna get chaotic, so I'm probably gonna ignore chat for a second. So burner off. We can keep that there. Actually, let's disconnect those so I can do this properly. Just move the camera over. There we go. Okay, that there. All right, and we'll quickly get some hot water in there. Put the lid on. Create lots of steam. Burn my hand. Hot, hot, hot. Hot, hot, hot. All right. Ooh, that got really hot. Surprise, boiling water. And then we'll just dump that back in. Get every last drop. There we go. Stir that in. And we're sitting just under 6. So then we will slide this back over, crank up the heat. Ta-da, we've added 6. So now we'll set timer to 600 and quickly check if we're supposed to do that. As soon as you see a rolling boil, set your timer for 60 minutes. Okay, so we need to get back to boiling and then we'll add our nougat. Nugget, not nougat. we'll switch over to a different camera. La, 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 la. There. And I'm just doing this to make sure that whatever is not dissolved is not sticking to the bottom, so that it's not scorching. And you would see that because we saw it last weekend. There was little chunks of stuff floating, and that was basically just malt sugar, basically, that's burned to the bottom. So we'll let that heat up again. Switch back over here, fix our framing. There we go. And we'll just leave that up so that if I'm facing this way to read stuff, I can see if the thing's about to boil over. I should get a pizza scheduled for 12. Oh, that's the other benefit of coming over to Brew with Ben. Things are happening. Is we drink beer and we eat pizza. Because that's kind of what you do on brew days, is you make pizza. So I will tilt the camera up. I know that seems weird, but we'll tilt it up just a little bit. The cool thing is I ordered pizza from Domino's, and the lighting up here will change colors. So I know when it's on its way. So I'm going to get one scheduled. I don't really want Domino's, but I want the colors to change. Actually, I'd like to have a sub, like Jimmy John's or something. We're just going to get a small pizza. So let's see here. Delivery. Yeah, things are happening. Hell yeah. We're at 195. So adding that 6 pounds of LME has cooled it down. Hence why I kind of heat it up in the water, not only just to loosen it up, but also so that it flows. There we go. Do that, and then pop our lid back on, but not all the way. That's good. We'll put our tubing back on. This one goes there. This one goes there. The use of the tubing will become more apparent in a moment. Well, in a long moment. But as soon as I start the timer for the kettle, as soon as we get back up to temperature, that means the beer will be done in 60 minutes, because it has to be. If I overdo that, it will take longer. So, there we go. Sign in. Hell yeah. Home. God, what kind of pizza should I get? What's your favorite kind of pizza? Excuse me, Ben. Let's see here. Coupons. What do they got for deals? My phone keeps moving. I'll switch this back over to the camera so I can keep an eye on it while I do this. Medium pan pizza for $9. There we go. Wait, is that just one topping? Should I come over there now? You can if you want. I don't care. Create a new order, delivery. Yeah, should I Philly cheesesteak pizza is awesome. Okay. If you want to come over, I'll order a bigger pizza. You can bring Aubrey if you want. She's also invited. She's your better half, right? Later. Oh, an hour or more for later. Okay. Mom's MacBook. Let's see here. Coupons. I'll hold off because it's only like 11:30. They're just across the street, so they're pretty fast. 197. Chaos. So Let's talk about this bowl once I put them in there. I'll just put these away though, because we don't need them out. Remnants. In they go. Making beer. Making beer. So let's see here. We're at almost 200. Almost 200s. Forgot something that's going to cool it down. I gotta put that in there now. There we go. The hop spider is in. Switch back over to this view. So that basket I put in there, sorry I just yelled. I keep forgetting I'm lobbed. The basket's going to hold the hops, so I don't have any sediment in the bottom that's going to get in the fermenter. Because the hops are only needed for the boiling part. Early morning beer. Then again, Ben, if you come over now, then I don't have anybody watching. Nobody's watching. What do I do? $1.99. We're so close. So close to boiling. I suppose I can shake up the fermenter again and dump the liquid back into the other bucket. Just put the lid on. Okay. Let's pop the lid back in there. We'll just, there we go. We'll just do that. That's actually highly concerning to do that. Let's not do that. This thing is fragile. Fill up our spray bottle with Star San. There we go. There we go. What the hell? I can come over today. It's been too long, Ben. I have to meet you. Oh yeah, we'll be done well before 4. I will be brewing for the next hour and, well, I'll be finished with everything probably at 1:20, 1:30. So we'll still have a viewer. It's going to be just the first few weeks of doing this are going to be the person who comes over. Their wife will be watching, because Scott's wife was watching last weekend. Yeah, I'll probably be brewing for another hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes. Because once I start this timer, which I will do probably right now, go for an hour, and then it's cooling and then fermenter. So that's a whole process. I gotta get a hook for that. Yeah, I just don't trust it there. Hot. All right. Okay. Let's just confirm our details here. Nugget is going in now. So we'll grab out the timer that will not break, that has no battery, so it's already broken. Okay. We'll do this one. Start. In go the nugget. Nugget's in. It's in. And we'll just do that. Yay! Can clean up some of our mess. Clean. Ha! Hot. My wussy hands. I can't handle the heat. All right. Do. All right. So nuggets in 58 minutes. That means when we get to 15 minutes left, we'll add the gold LME. So basically doing nothing for the next 45 minutes. The joys of making beer. We're at 206 or 205. Oh man, it smells so good. Oh, what's that smell like? It smells like caramel. I want to know what it is. Camera's actually really saturated. Webcam. Calibrate video. Turn down the sat. There we go. I'm happier about that. Let's try and get these grains in this bag. These aren't going to fit. I'm going to have to cylinderize these. There we go. Oh man, I got shit all over my house. What do I do? What do I do? This could go in the dishwasher. Oh, I should drink that. It would have been so bitter. And these go in the fridge. So that Mike's girlfriend can have them. Foam! We have foam! Make sure we don't have a disastrous boil over. That would be a sticky mess. Clean up this. If Ben is actually going to come over, don't want people tripping. Don't need the Better Business Bureau. Ah! I'm almost out of beer. It is benzertic. That's what I was imagining would happen. Let's see here. To location. There you go, Ben. Ben Surdyk's coming over. Now the party's going to get started. Where should I put this priming sugar? I've got a box somewhere. There's like 14 of them in there. Or 12. Oh, 14, yeah, because I have 2 new beers, so that should be 14 sugar packets. Yay! We are boiling. I'm not getting the pop-ups on my screen. You'll bring the guitar. I have a guitar over here, Ben. If you want to just use mine. Well, maybe you haven't heard me, so I'll just say, I have one. There you go. It's okay. It's a mono-price guitar. It's basically an art piece on my wall right now because I gave up trying to learn it. But I don't have an amp. So unless you're bringing an acoustic or something, yeah. And I don't think I have any way to hook it into the computer to have it like be an input. So, oh, I have my H1. I can just use that. That's a nice stereo mic. Oh, I don't have the resources I have at home or at work. We got plenty of stuff at work. Oh, we're fogging up. We're fogging up. Ugh. Gotta get out of the way. More tilt. There we go. That should help with the fog. We don't need to look at the lid. Why are we looking at the lid? You should look at me. I've been drinking, so. Man, this is just gonna be the highlight of the day. Is this little curl? I'll be right back. Be right back. That's actually, I'm gonna leave my mic on, but I'm gonna crack this lid a little bit more. Hot break. Yeah. Do 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 do. Sorry if you hear static. Woo, bathroom's hot. So vain. Am I here? There. Problem solved. Oh my gosh, my house just smells like a brewery. The bathroom did not smell like a brewery. And we're back. Ben said something. Okay, you bring an acoustic. Oh, I have both. I mean, you have, but you got that. 51 minutes of standing around. One thing I don't have, Ben, is I only have kegged beer. So I don't have bottled beer. So if you're not a fan of what I have on tap right now, you're kind of on your own. I do have 3 Surly Darknesses in my fridge, though. And some flat homebrew in bottles, if that floats your boat. Ooh, we should get the scissors in the Star San. Bye, scissors. So, if Aubrey's still watching, is she using Ben Surdyk's account? How are the Woolly Bullies going, if you're still watching? You should, oh God, can I, what's the word? Commission you to make one for me? There's one that I really want that I think would be kind of cool to put on my desk at work, or maybe at home. If you do that, let me know. Let Ben know and figure that out. That'd be super cool. Because I've seen many of them. They look really cool. I'm gonna get some more beer. So just because I like the slate, I'm putting it up. Except I'm walking away from the kettle again with the lid on. That's how disasters start. More beer from the beer. I wonder when the keg will die. I had a bottomless one for a long time. I think I poured like 80 beers from it, and that shouldn't be possible, but it happened. The cap back on. Getting beer. Getting beer. Zoot. Foam. I'm gonna wait. Get in my beard. What's making that sound again? Yeah, it's making that sound again. Bum, 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 bum. 30 minutes. I suppose that's a line out, right? Otherwise no one's going to hear Ben. Let's see if I can add that as an audio source.
Let's see here. Blue, I believe, is line out. That's line in. There we go.
Line in. And there's that wonderful pop-up. Ah, my pants are falling down. Let's tighten up this belt. Click, click. There. Ooh, where? Microphone where? I'm gonna need to, what do I need to do here? Line in. Okay. Maxed out. Okay. Gotta be able to hear Ben if he's coming over. Hello, this is me talking in normal voice. I am still really quiet. Why? Why am I quiet? Hello? What the heck? Did I get quieter after plugging that in? That'd be super irritating. Let's see here, Realtek, microphone, max. This is a test of the microphone. Oh, there we go. Okay. So then we do settings, audio device 2, line in, apply, okay. All right, we will mute that, and then we will turn on the microphone. Hi. I'm going to need to turn on the stream. Maybe turn up the volume so I can see if I turn this on, if I hear this weird delay thing going on. This is a test of both microphones. This is a test of both microphones. Oh, that sounds good. Okay. Yeah, we'll go with that. And I'll just turn that one down just a little bit so that it's more me than it. There we go. So tap tap. Turn that one down just a little bit so it's more me than it. There we go. Cool. All right. That should sound good. So I will now go back over here and I will mute this. And then we have neglected the beer long enough for it to boil over, so let's check on it. Beer. And fog. Woo! Woohoo! Spilling shit. Brewing beer. Oh, I failed again. Damn it. There we go. Pull both trays out when I do that. Oh, nice butt, Ben. Oh, yeah. Sure, our one viewer enjoyed that. 2 viewers. Oh, what a terrible laugh. Hey, we can drink the beer. I'm actually going to mute this other microphone so we're not hearing the counter sounds. Because I'm mic'd, so. Oh yeah, brewing beer. 30 minutes. Welcome to the stream, whoever joined us. We are in the process of brewing beer. There's 30 minutes left in the boil, and we will be adding the other LME in here in the last 15 minutes. And then this in 10 minutes, and this giant bowl last 5 minutes. Oh, and the, excuse me, and the cooler, and we'll turn on the pump. The pump, the pump, the pump will boil over. Do a quick stir. There we go. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. So I was going to use the eye spindle in the fermenter, but I don't have the craft beer pie, so I still can't like measure the data from it. Maybe I'll work on that for next time. Yeah. Oh well. We'll use it eventually. It's a tilt hydrometer, for someone who doesn't know what an eye spindle is. That's just the brand of it. Our yeast is still puffy. We'll give it a good shake again. Supposed to be for 30 seconds. So we'll just shake it. Shake it. Just want to grab the beer and... Oh, I've drank it in. Oh, lift it up, drop it down. Beer. I should fix the, no, the cropping's actually fine on the chat. I should just move it so that it's actually underneath the other thing. All right, that's probably fine now. Let's see here, but no. Door code. You guys live close though, right? Yeah, I remember you guys are in, I won't say, but yeah, I think I remember where you guys are at. So he's only like 15 minutes away. Or less. Probably less. Bum, 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 bum. Whoever joined us, they don't want to chat in the chat? No. It's 2 people. It's funsies. Yeah, we hit the hot break a while ago. Just this camera here. Camera. Gosh, I want to listen to music, but Ben's coming over, so I'll be all right with that. I gotta find like the copyright-friendly music to have listening to. I have that weird other music. Ew, that was really loud. Yeah, I'm not gonna play it. It's probably gonna be distracting. Let's see if I'm actually logged in. Yo. I am, look. Oh, and I'm gold too! Ah! Look at that. I can make people moderators, I bet they change colors. So good. So good. 20 minutes. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm brewing. That should not be the theme song. Oh, the slow process of filling my house with steam and making it hot. I think, what are we down for? Just under 6. So that's good. That's good. Hopefully the efficiency is good with this boil. I don't know if I'd do if it wasn't. Bum, bum, bum. This is brewing beer. It's a whole lot of waiting. Close that. We could get our chiller ready. You know, do something with our time. That attached to our faucet. Nope, other way. Otherwise I'm going to hurt myself. Before you wreck yourself. There we go. Chiller is ready to go in. So we can clean out our tubes. I mean, it'll get boiled, but can't hurt to be safe. Output, input. There we go. There we go. There we go. Live streaming on the live stream. Oh. Toasty. Oops. Oh, we should check. Did the thing go through? Welcome to the live stream, everyone. Oh! Scared the fucking shit out of me. Thanks, lid. Nope. And nope. Woo! I'm off screen. Oh no. I gotta stand right here. Sorry. Getting antsy. I suppose we could put our... no, we'll let it sit down. We'll wash it in a second. Get our hydrometer ready. Where'd our cylinder go? There's our cylinder. There it is. Oh, we also have a nice, wonderful thing for everyone to see, since I got this camera fixed. Mainly for the people, I guess, watching after the fact. But I'm now able to put the camera full screen, and I'll need to get a light. I can do hydrometer reading from the yeah, so we can see our gravity. I think that was like really tiny on screen last time. But I'll take the camera off and we'll do an actual gravity reading once we have it in the fermenter. Fermenter. It's full of fro and mentor. Camera. Man, I've been doing this live streaming stuff for like 10 years at work, and yet I'm still awkward on camera. Huh. Probably be more awkward if I knew there was like 30,000 people watching. That'd be super, I don't know, it's just a number on screen to me. Maybe. Who knows? How are we looking? Good boil. It's actually got a nice citrus aroma. Even though I haven't even put any of the citra in there yet. It's got a good smell to it. It smells good. I believe my ringtone is copyright, so I should probably turn off my ringer. Or turn it down at least. Bum, 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 bum. Order that pizza in a few minutes. I think the last brew day from last weekend took longer because I waited until Scott got here to start the mash process, the steeping the grains. Ah, fruit fly. Where am I? I brew beer, so there's fruit flies. I gotta get rid of the beer bottles in the cabinet. I want to smell the nugget again. It's good. It's good. It's good. Oh, it's right here. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? He was right here. Fruit flies. Fruit fly, don't bother me. Or it's shoe fly, not fruit fly. Oh, it's getting humid in here. Ooh. Let's get some of the... Gosh, this thing works so well. I like the hop spider. Hop basket. It does such a good job. Oh. Heading over, see you soon. When was that? Oh, I didn't turn on timestamps. Why am I just seeing this now? Toggle timestamps. Oh, so he'll be here in like a few minutes. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. I haven't seen Ben in years. Why has it been so long? Actually, I take that back. I see Ben like almost every week. I watch every one of his videos. Sometimes like 3 times, because I'll come home from work and I'll be watching TV and I'll fall asleep to one video, wake up and his video's gone by, so I'll have to go back and watch it again, so I add another view to it. So I'm just adding views to all of Ben's videos. But yeah, I usually wake up to his videos. That's usually what happens. God, he's so creative. I wish I could write music. "15 minutes. Let's just confirm that we haven't overshot this. Zero and boil for 45 minutes. Yep, so 15 minutes I had to go on me. So let's get that ready. We could probably change this water out for hot water. Let's take our kettle off. Turn that on. Do do do. Do 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 do. I don't know what kind of car Red drives. Didn't you get a new one? I could have sworn you got a new one. Because you guys bought the house and used his money. Yeah, because he used his tip money to buy a car. And a house. Right? I mean, that was like a year and a half ago. Okay. Let's get some new hot water in here. Ugh. Water. What I should do is I should get like someone famous. I should ask like Chip if he wants to. Ooh, no, he probably wouldn't. The other famous YouTubers that are in Minneapolis, the Minneapolis area. Yeah, I'm actually surprised. Last live stream we only had one problem. That's because I unplugged the camera intentionally. This one has just been running. The good status has been saying good for forever. Let's turn that off. Beer good. Ben like beer. Click that on, turn that off, move that over, turn this there. Oh, making beer. Making beer, beer. I'm half expecting Ben to walk through the door like playing music. Just, and well, I'm here now. That is something I just noticed. My pendant lights are in the way. Should probably lower the camera down, but not tilt, because I could probably tilt it. I can't tilt it. It's locked. Shoot. There we go. We'll do that. How about that? I can't wait to watch this later. I wonder what my actual LUT looks like. It looks really good on the screen here. But this screen's also not calibrated. I'm just gonna make that bigger. Yeah, it looks nice and crisp. It's in focus. That's good. It's a very wide lens though. It's very fisheye down here. By the beer mug. The bouncing beer mug. Let's see if I can grab it. There we go. Actually, I should put the beer mug here. That's where the beer always is. 26 minutes. So that's 10 minutes left? 11 minutes? I should probably slow down on the beer. Or speed up. Maybe I should speed up. Let's let the audience decide. Drink more, drink less. Ouch. Bum 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 bum. Put on like that, see if we can get a good. We're so close to 100. The burps. Man, people are sticking with me for an average 15 minutes. It's pretty good. I don't know what it was for last weekend. Maybe I have a short stream next weekend doing the transfer process if it's done. Or just do a quick stream and I just talk. I could do a live stream every weekend. That's drastically easier than editing video. Because once it's on air, it's done. It's over. It's finished. Don't have to do it again. I do have to fix my fermentation chamber. Maybe I can show you guys. That is not the button I wanted to push. I want to unlock IP cam. Start server. Find the mouse. Click on the pixel. And do that. Yay, it's working. Okay. So, we'll switch to the phone. Take me over here. All right. So I found out this morning that the beer fridge, there is a crack. Get the focus going. Focus. So this doesn't seal properly, so I have to adjust the door. But just to make things worse, the seal holding the wood to the fridge broke, even though I sanded it and everything, which is super disappointing. So I have to fix that before I focus, before I go back to brewing beer, or before I put this one in there. But yeah, we're sitting there right above. Oh, we were almost escaping. That's what happens when you walk away for a moment. Don't walk away from the beer when it's brewing. Otherwise disasters happen. Let's clean that up. Oh, it got all over the lid too. Oh, fudge. Ow, screw it. Man, it got up high. Oh, that means it escaped the... Nah, that's fine. Moving on. Moving on with our lives. I'm surprised Seth and Scott haven't joined. I was kind of expecting Scott to make an appearance. Where'd you go, Scott? Ooh, it's very puffy. The yeast is awake. Right, so I took this out at like 9:30, 10:30, 11:30, 12:30. Yeah, that's 3 hours. That's 3 hours. God, I can't let that happen. That could have been bad. Can I scoot that over and get it more? Yeah, there we go. There we go. Bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Where is Ben? Ben. Oh, it smells so amazing in this house. I should get that pizza going. Should I get the Philly cheesesteak pizza? Let's see here. I can't believe Ben's coming over. So funny. Sign in with LastPass, which was being an absolute jerk yesterday. He wouldn't let me in. Let's see here. Coupons. One large pizza with a choice of toppings. I bet you can do custom pizzas with that, right? Select a pizza. Oh yeah, there we go. Philly cheesesteak. What's on the Philly cheesesteak? Hand tossed. Philly cheesesteak, American cheese, shredded provolone, green peppers, mushrooms. No. It's a hard no on that one. Onions. I know that's not really a Philly cheesesteak for anyone who watches this video in the future. I just hate mushrooms. I keep letting all the heat out. It's funny, this shirt was hanging on the hook and it's all wrinkly. I can put my pen in my pen holder. I keep looking at myself and not the camera. Should put a sticker on there that says, look at camera, not the screen. Yeah, so we brewed I should update that on my Google Keep. We're brewing the fresh squished. Fresh squished. Take the date off of the Kolsch. That's probably going to be next weekend or the following weekend. There we go. Ooh, I can't type. There we go. Perfect. So Ben should probably be here anytime, any moment. 11:46. I think I heard think somebody might have let him in. Did somebody let him in? Did somebody let him in the building? I don't know. He would have texted me, right? All right, I'll just leave the door unlocked. Someone's gonna break in. 19 minutes. We can add the gold LME. Just making sure it's extra clean. Nice and misted. Oh, what a terrible burp. It just tastes like chorizo. Because I had chorizo for breakfast. And eggs in a sandwich. Oh, do you think I'll end up on live stream fails if I spill a beer all over the floor? I think that was him. I saw a car. Probably. It was probably Ben. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba. I wish live streaming was not easier, but like more. I don't know where I'm thinking about these things. Like more mainstream. I mean, it pretty much is, but if TV didn't exist and it was people live streaming and producing videos for the internet, I think live streams would be kind of cooler because they're interactive. You can ask questions. You can see things. If you show up at the beginning, you can choose which beer we brew. At least you feel like you got to be a part of it. Maybe I'll make the stream more advanced. I'll have more things on screen. Once I get my craft beer pie thing controlling the kettle, then I can have like the temperature numbers on screen, and eventually when I get a house, I'll have a brewery room and an actual setup that'll be permanent rather than this kitchen setup. Oh man, that beer is alcoholic, to say the least. Thank you, craft beer, for making my alcoholism seem like a neat hobby. Is that Jimmy Fallon? I think that's Jimmy Fallon's thing that turned into a meme. What are we down to? We are just under 6, so we are going perfectly. Perfect. If we can be right above 5, that means we should end up at the correct final gravity, or starting gravity. We should be 61063. Should. Famous last words. Do 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 do. Oh! That would have been bad. Oh, that would have been really bad. The harness almost fell off, and I almost dumped the glass all over the ground. That would have been bad. Oh no, he drives a white car, right? Is that Ben? He has a Toyota, doesn't he? You would know Aubrey. Yeah, that's Ben. You can kind of see him through the trees. I can't believe he's like, could I come over? I'm like, sure. For the last, oh shit, we're at the time. Oh jeez, I'm fucking up. Oh, no! Distracted by Ben. It's going to get chaotic. He's going to come in and be like, ah! Okay. Let's fish the scissors out of the bucket. Let's put the scissors there. Do. Let's bust this open. I wonder, am I supposed to remove it from the heat? It doesn't say. Doesn't say, I'll just stir like a madman. Wow, it's very hot. Sorry everyone, I didn't switch the camera. My apologies. You can just have to look in the corner at what's going on. Just trying to pour it in really slow, make sure it stirs and dissolves. It's weird. I don't think you would do this with a regular... Oh, I won't talk right now. I'm making lots of noise. I don't think you'd do this with a regular mash. Because you'd have to add mash water 45 minutes into the boil. I don't know how this works for... There's Ben. That works. Okay. Put the lid back on and we'll wash my hand. Ah! Hello, sir.
All right, my spidey sense is right. I was like, I knew it was somewhere over here. Man,
Welcome.
what are you cooking on? This is so cool. Wow.
We lost
I'm
our...
streaming it. Hey, Britta, I made it. There's the one, camera one. Camera two's up here.
Yep.
Wow, you need to experience the smell here. This is, what? It's yeasty nuggets, hoppy
There we go.
goodness. This is awesome.
No, that's not the right microphone. There it is. There. So now we have the... Yep. So people should be ready on that, and then I have my lava on.
Cool.
So...
Yeah, my wife was just sitting outside the last time I saw her. But yeah, she had the stream going on. What is?
So we're getting back up to a boil again. Cause this
So
cooled
much
down.
bigger than person.
Is it?
Well,
It looks kind of tiny on there, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it could be that big.
It's an 8-gallon pot. So
This is the only brewing shirt I had.
totally.
I don't even exactly know where I got it from, but it got some cool shoes that matched with it. So like, let's
More
go
coordinated
all
than
out.
I am.
I've been trying to be color coordinated.
Okay.
But you're a great shirt.
10
there.
minutes.
You didn't work there. You just kind of.
No, I just bought the shirt.
Yeah.
I'm trying to wear brewery shirts, but...
Now, can I help in any way?
So, tablet. Ooh, cool. Zoop. So I put the tablet in and it's like fizzing and stuff.
Wow.
So now we'll get the, let's open the pump up.
So yeah, you said
And
like
then-
the last time I heard was like 45 minutes of waiting of cooling down, was it? Or No. Oh, okay, there's some bubbles. Whoa, oh my.
I opened up the valve, so now the hot beer is going into the pump and heating that up, and then we turn the pump on.
Whoa! Wow.
I'm gonna put the chiller in. Get in there. There we go.
Just do your thing.
Woo, hot. There we go.
Those are coils. The beer's flowing through that.
No, so the beer flows through the pump here.
The pump, okay, just the plastic tubing. Okay.
So as we
both
slowly,
pumps, okay.
yeah,
And
as
that is for cooling. Okay, that must be like a
yeah.
cooling
So the
coil.
thing is you have to get beer from boiling down to 80 degrees as quickly as possible, so you can put it in the fermenter and then add the yeast. If it's higher than 80 degrees, you'll just hurt the yeast. So the coil's in there now to sanitize it because it's boiling liquid, and I'm running the pump right now to sanitize it. So that'll run for 10 minutes, and then I'll move it over, and I won't even. I used to have this on the floor, but I realized plugging into this outlet, it's not GCFI rated. So if water got on the pump,
Uh-oh.
I'd electrocute myself.
Dang.
So there's funsies there. Yeah, you're right here at the last 8 minutes of it. So that went in at 10 minutes, which was the tablet and the yeast nutrient. The tablet is going to congeal stuff in there, so beer comes out clear, which I don't think I was supposed to do because it is supposed to be like a orange juice type beer, so cloudy.
Wow.
But I did it anyways. It's not going to hurt it, and it'll just be clear orange juice. It's weird because these different hops, you smell those.
That smells like IPA right there.
So that's IPA,
Wow.
and then this is Mosaic. So this is going to go in right at the end.
Okay, okay.
And then Citra, which is super citrusy.
Wow, nice blend. Okay.
So you end up with that
Very
kind
nice.
of citrusy orange juice
what
flavor.
We're getting, we're getting some, citrus. Yeah, a lot of kind of orangey, a little lemon zest I can smell a little bit. We need smell-o-vision for that. That's
Yes.
what we need. A little bit of.
Apologize in advance if the pump is super loud.
It's all right.
Um,
Cool.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of. I'm sure it's like a lot of waiting. It's hard to do a live.
It's a lot of
stream.
waiting.
Like it's
The,
like
the live stream part's actually kind of the easier part because there's so much waiting that you have time to attend to it. But
that's true. Yeah.
if
it's
I
not
had
so
people
high
watching,
action packed that you need to do all this.
and most of it is you already have all the equipment. You already run microphones into your computer.
Yeah, I could do live stream.
So the only thing you need is one of these for your camera.
Uh-huh.
So this just converts the HDMI to USB, and then you can use the camera you already have.
Okay. Yeah, because I got that DSLR thing, but
Yeah.
I need the output. Very cool. There's
So
a nice camera there. That is cool.
it's I got it back when it was half off on B&H. It's normally $1,000. I got it for $500. But I haven't used it since.
This is cool. And what? Yeah.
And then OBS is free. And I'm dumping this in at the last 5 minutes.
Is that not one of these packages?
It is.
Oh, it is.
So it's hops that have been dried out and then turned into a pellet.
Uh-huh.
So they're crushed.
Oh, okay.
But they're going into the basket in there so that that stuff doesn't sit at the bottom.
Show the camera? No.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the that's.
That is a lot of
or
hops
is it-
to add right
Is
at
it a
the end.
mixture of them?
It's a
No,
mixture.
no.
It's
Okay,
2
gotcha.
packages of
One goes in
Mosaic
after, or-
and then Citra.
Yeah.
This went in right at the start.
Ah. This is so much. Yeah. For,
This is more advanced than what you would normally do for a homebrew.
okay.
I did this
Yeah,
just
yeah,
to
yeah.
simplify it. What me and my dad did for a long time was as soon as the beer was done, we'd slide over here, put the chiller in there. We wouldn't be circulating water, so we'd have to stir it.
Oh.
So I got the pump to stir it. So I can leave the lid on. And then we'd have to dump the kettle into the fermenter bucket.
Wow.
So there's a chance of you like dropping it and spilling 5 gallons of
Man.
unfermented beer all over the floor, which would just be really sticky. So now that I have these valves on here, I can just hook up a tube, put it in the fermenter, and then just let it transfer.
Easier, right?
Yes.
It's just
Most of the things with beer brewing is just to make it easier.
yeah.
If you've got a pot and sanitized ice, so just boiled water that you turn into ice, you can do it all on your countertop.
Sanitization. That's like the key.
That is the key.
It's very important.
Make sure it's clean.
Uh-huh. Oh, this is cool.
So I haven't ordered the pizza. We can order it now.
Sure, yeah, I could throw some cash. Look at this, got money.
Philly cheesesteak. You okay with no mushrooms?
You get whatever you want. I was just joking about that. I do like it. That's my wife's favorite, and she got me hooked on that.
I've never had it, so we'll just get it. So the lights in my house are gonna change.
It's gonna. Oh, you don't have to get that, man. I was just joking.
No, I usually get a pizza. I haven't eaten anything.
Oh, you can get pepperoni or whatever you want. I'll put down for some pizza.
It's a coupon.
Look at all these beers. Oh, I had that Able beer. Yeah, I just had that.
Yeah, I haven't been there in
Oh,
forever.
yeah, and I saw the Limited Brewing with the last live stream I saw, or at least the recorded one I saw with someone else was here.
Scott.
Scott was here. He was showing that off.
So
This is great.
as soon as they put it in the oven, the lights will turn blue.
Seriously?
Yeah.
How do you do that? Yeah, I
They
love
have an
the
if this then that profile.
It's a what?
If this then that, so you can have
logic.
certain websites do other websites. So there's a link for Domino's, and the lights up there are Wi-Fi.
Yeah, you can kind of see them in the live stream. They're red right now, and then they turn what?
They'll turn blue when they put it in the oven, and green when they're on their way over here.
Man,
I think.
Man, this is,
Find out in a second.
you are a 21st century. I'm living in the past here. I just walk over to Domino's. You know, we live. I don't think you've been to our place yet, but we live. Yeah, like,
Domino's is just across the street.
about 100 feet from Domino's. Like we're like.
I'm
across
gonna
the
be like
street.
1,000 feet, but still,
Yeah, that's a bit.
it's still right up there on the whole.
It's across
lazy
by
level.
the strip mall, right?
Yeah.
Yes, over there. Yeah.
So they're firing it up. So as soon as it goes into the oven to bake, the lights will turn. Yeah. I want to make it part of like the stream where it's like it says at the top like the current status for Domino's.
Yeah, that's more an edited. Well, I guess you can. Well, with streaming, it takes a little. You can put up a little.
Oh, we missed the fuck.
Oh shit! I'm sorry.
No, it's alright. It's alright. It's alright. I missed the bucket on that one.
That's my fault on this
So we'll
batch.
just
Sorry.
timer 5.
I'm a distraction.
It's not going to affect it much.
Stay on
The
track.
because there weren't any hop additions before that. So the main one was in right at the start. So that's completely dissolved. All the oil's been extracted. So that's for, I believe, flavor. These are aroma hops and some flavoring. Depends on when you put it in at the boil. Have to clean that out. But I'll just reset it so that they're in there for a full 5 minutes and then we start cooling it down.
So you have any beer? Like,
Yeah.
Can I buy a beer from you?
Buy a beer, you can have a beer. I have the one on tap, and then I only have.
Something
one.
on tap?
I look around the corner. I have.
What? Wow.
Sorry, no one can see this.
Yeah. This is
I've already showed it a couple times.
Okay, so hold on. Up there, is that just?
Those are empty
Those
boxes.
are empty boxes.
Yep.
But, okay, down here's the beer. Or is that just a carbonation?
The white fridge can hold 3 kegs.
Oh my god. Oh, there's kegs.
There's kegs in there, and that runs over to the tap. And then this little fridge right here is a drink fridge when I'm not brewing beer, or I can put a fermenter in there and keep it at the right temperature. So I don't have to have my air conditioning on. So it changed. Green.
Whoa, pizza's cooking.
It's in the oven.
Or no, it's on its way.
So
right?
blue is when it's on its way. I gotta flip that around. The colors for the connections are reversed. So
I don't even know how you do that.
it's surprisingly simple. It's like I can say like, "Hey Google, turn off the living room," and she'll turn off the living room. So it's the same thing because those are on Wi-Fi. They connect to if this and that, and they do the whole lighting thing.
Wow. Oh man, that's so cool.
So yeah, if you want a 3 minutes. Oh, it tastes.
It's not too early. Yeah,
It's noon. This isn't a beer glass. What am I doing?
Oven's out. Okay, to keep the pot, yeah.
So the steam doesn't go into my microwave.
Everything has a reason here. Everything has
There's a method to the madness.
You brewed this, or is
Yeah.
this-
Let's give that a try.
Yes.
I think it's getting towards the end. This is a grapefruit Sultan.
Yeah, I can smell some citrus. Yeah. I feel like I should
You're supposed to drink
practice
homebrew on
homebrew.
beer day. So I think it's towards the end of the keg though, because it's getting a little cloudy, whereas mine is clear.
Oh.
So the keg might be dead. It might die soon, which is a good thing because I need to fill it with beer.
A little bit cloudy. That might be reasons for that.
Does Aubrey have a YouTube account?
I think so.
She should get in here and chat.
Yeah, I don't know. Aubrey, get out. Come inside. You got a compressor on that microphone? Looks like it's...
No, it's all internal.
Oh, wait, where is the... Oh, is it that one there?
Right here. This is yours. Mine is on my
Oh.
lapel.
Oh.
There
so
is
I've got the...
a-
Oh, okay. Woohoo.
I don't know how I do that in here. So filter. There are compressors. I just haven't turned them on.
That's one thing I learned about audio.
Yes.
Compressor.
It is important to not yell, and if you do have to yell, have a compressor,
Yes.
because then it keeps
It
keeps the ears from bleeding on for your viewers.
turns loud things down and quiet things up. It's
Yes.
the greatest invention in audio technology.
Yes.
I don't know.
I'll fiddle with that later. I just have to do it. So we have a minute left, and we'll take off the heat, and we'll slide it over. So we'll do.
Yeah, so
Oh, those are hot tubes.
probably won't be able to help. I can use some.
It's pretty. I've done this a few times now, so it's simple.
Really, I'm just fascinated. I'm taking it all in right now. I'm just like, wow.
Well, eventually I want to get a house and either turn the garage or basement into a brewery. So there'll be 3 kettles. One will be the hot liquor tank, basically holds water, hot water. And then you have your mash tun, which is where you put the grains and stuff into your mash to extract all the sugars.
What is that called again?
Mash tun.
Match.
Mash tun.
Mash. Okay.
And then that transfers over to your boil kettle, which would be one of these. So it'll be 3 kettles, all connected with pipes and tubes and pumps and whatever. So it's just a matter of like turning valves and pushing buttons. And that's the cue. Power off.
Things are happening.
Hot water out. And I would move the camera, but I'm not going to.
Which one? This one?
No.
Oh, I see.
Nah. Hot. Very hot. We'll put it right here.
So we got some granites.
Yeah, that is
Nice.
extremely helpful having granite.
We have compressed cardboard. Or
Compressed
whatever
cardboard.
it's made out of. Laminate coating.
Whatever melts at the sight of water. So now what's happening is the pump is pushing the water, or the brew, in a circular pattern. So it's doing a whirlpool.
Really?
And
okay, yeah.
this
Sure.
is cold water in, hot water out. So this is super stiff, this is super flexible.
Oh,
And it's getting, yep, so the water coming out of here is pretty much boiling, going through the chiller. What this does, as you can see on the temperature here, it slowly is going down.
Wow.
So I'll get to about like 100 and then it's going to get really slow because it's getting closer to tap water temperature, so it doesn't move a whole lot. I'm learning so much.
Britta, you signed on your own. That's her middle name, Britta.
So it, what it causes is the beer to rotate. And that causes all the sediment to move to the middle. Because of vortex pattern.
Sure.
So everything gets sucked to the middle.
Heavier, yeah. It's heavier
And then
on
the tap
bottom.
down here, there's a little elbow tube that sticks right at the bottom of the tank. So when I transfer the liquid out, I'm only pulling from the outside of that vortex, which doesn't have any sediment in it. So it keeps the beer clear, basically. And that's why I put that little tablet in there. You put it in about 15 to 10 minutes. Congeals everything. You can also put gelatin in the keg when you're done, and that'll clear up everything. So, probably not going to do that because this is supposed to be clear.
I did it.
But,
I did it.
yeah, it's a pretty simple process for making beer. As long as you make sure the tube is in the drain. This should be cold. I think I have like relatively cold water. I think it's like 59 or 60 degrees.
Huh.
It's not super cold,
That's cold.
but I waste a lot of it. I'm just running water down the drain. Some people will have like a cooler on their floor and they'll put a aquarium pump in there and they'll circulate that and they'll just add ice to it. And then they use that hot water that they take out of it to clean with. So I could do that. I could put this hot water.
Reuse, reduce, reuse, recycle. That's a good one.
But I don't pay for my water, so
Yeah. And
hopefully none of my neighbors are watching and realize that.
they can't figure out who's taking the water.
They found out I was just dumping gallons and gallons of water down the drain.
Oh, oops, sorry.
It's all right.
Touch that. Here you go, Britta. I don't know if you saw that or not. That's
Showed it in the last stream, but yeah, it's always nice to just hold shit up to the camera.
shows in a live stream. What? Or
Last weekend, I showed the beer off. And
yeah.
Scott's very. I work with him, so he likes to. He was very animated during the live stream. Wanted to like interview me and stuff. Like I wanted just to be this relaxed, like just hanging out, just kind of doing stuff.
Yeah, it depends
What he
on
did is
you
fine.
want. Yeah, it's
What
like,
he did is
I'm
fine.
gonna bring in the action and the music, and it's gonna be like.
Yeah. He,
But no, you wanna.
he's probably gonna kill me for this if he watches it later. But he was like, I felt kind of bad that there's like awkward silences. I was like, no, it's fine. I'm paraphrasing if Scott watches this later. Paraphrasing everything. I was like, no, I only have 2 people watching. It's fine.
It's cool.
It's more than I would have watching if I didn't live stream. So I'm okay with that.
It's cool. There's a bit of a delay, so yes, yum. It's
I
good.
think
This
it's
is like a
10 seconds.
a
15.
grapefruit sort of a hint.
Ballast Point makes it. You can get at the liquor store. It's called Grapefruit Sculpin. And this is the Grapefruit Sultan. Midwest likes to like play on words. So like Fresh Squished is actually Fresh Squeezed. I forget what brewery it is.
Squished. Fresh squeeze.
So we're at 130.
Wow, it's really dropped.
Yeah.
Drops fast.
Just I asked for this pump for Christmas. And my family was like, "You want a pump?" Like, yeah, I want a pump. It's a hobby.
Right here is the
Fermenter.
fermenter. The fermenter is there. Very cool.
Which reminds me, I gotta sanitize this.
Things are happening. This is a high action. This is. Things are happening now. It was I think you said like 45 minutes of sort of waiting. You said before I got ready to come over.
Yeah.
Who's that? What's gonna happen next?
As soon as this is cooled down to 80, I'm just putting that tube in there so it's sanitized.
And then how do you sanitize? Sorry, I
So-
shouldn't bother you when this is
No, it's
happening,
fine.
But
This is going to take a little bit longer.
that
About
was, I was
120.
curious because when I saw like this is how you make cheap wine with like store-bought juice that's sealed really nicely.
So the active ingredient in here is phosphoric acid.
Phosphoric acid.
So it's not harmful in small quantities to humans, but it kills bacteria.
Okay, that's a bacteria.
And then there's also the other acid in there that also kills bacteria. And then insert ingredients, 35%. I don't know what inserted ingredients are. But you put like half an ounce to an ounce of this in 5 gallons. Since I only filled half this bucket, I put half an ounce in. And everything that touches that is clean. But since it doesn't affect the beer until I put the yeast in it, I just have to add that. And then whatever's in here still is going to get heavily diluted. So the yeast will be fine. So I'll actually dip. How long does a basic beginner recipe take from start to end? Just let that sit in there.
How does? Yeah. How do?
If you're bottling, this one is going to take 6 weeks. So it's 2 weeks in the fermenter, and then this one is another week or 2 in the secondary. and then 2 weeks to 4 weeks, and that's gradual in bottles to carbonate. And that's doing it naturally. If you keg, you chop 2 to 3 weeks off the end of that estimate. So this will be ready in 2 or 3 weeks.
So when you first started, how much beer do you make? Is it like a 6-pack or is it like a case of beer? How much?
56 12-ounce bottles,
56 12
roughly.
bottles for this one?
roughly. 5 gallons, I think, converts to about 56 to... They say it on here. They used to say it on here.
Crazy.
Bottling. Yeah, they used to say on here, but then people were like, I only bought 43 bottles, I used to fill up those Easy Cap bottles, which are these.
Yeah, those
These little 16-ounce ones. I think I left one at your house for your bachelor party.
Gosh.
And then there's 32-ounce ones. So this is about half a growler.
Half a growler.
These are the ones I fill up if I'm going to bring it to somebody's house. I'll just fill up 2, and then it's basically like bringing a growler.
Yeah.
And now that I have the tube for it, I can fill them up and bring them. Or I can just fill a growler.
Yeah.
We're at 100. So it's not a fast process. Some people find out that, like, oh, what, a month and a half? Some beers are 6 months to a year because they have to age.
Wow.
The barrel aged one I did,
Oh,
that
yeah.
one took 6-7 months.
Wow.
So it's a waiting process.
It's one of my favorite beers I had.
It's on its way.
Oh, wow. The blue lights on the top indicate the pizza is on its way. Oh, I
Suppose I can just put like a text that points up there with a legend or whatever. Blue, pizza's on its way.
Yeah, a little little key. Oh,
So,
super cool.
I also lose a lot of beer to the tubes. It's called line loss. Because you don't want to put it back into the kettle.
Oh.
As soon as you disconnect it, it just goes down the drain. Or you can put it into
you lose all of that that's
Yeah.
in there. You can't.
It's
you don't wanna
about
separate it.
a pint or 2
Oh, bummer.
for both tubes.
Okay.
Some systems that get bigger are more pints. But you calculate that. You add in extra water, you add in extra ingredients to know that you're losing it. So I think we were sitting at, right above 5. So I spot on this time. Last weekend we were just above 5. So it filled up its fermenter to full capacity.
Can I touch these tubes here?
Mm-hmm.
That one looks.
They've cooled down.
Slow.
They were
This one's turning. Okay.
they were very hot earlier. Now they're cold.
Oh, those
So this is
two, yeah.
cold, this is hot. But that circulation also goes around the coil, so all the beer has contact with it. Whereas before I'd have to sit there and stir it. So now this is just a super easy process. Roughly 15 minutes and it's cooled down. So yeah, I've made this so simple that now I just basically stand around. So I need to have like a game I play for the live stream or something, and
Yeah, some ideas.
we're gonna brew beer and we're gonna play a video game on the computer.
That's not a bad idea. Video game's huge. I mean, look at,
I spent money and I got a brand new computer which is dual purpose for live streaming and for VR. Guess what? The VR headset back ordered. I won't get it till October or till August.
Oh man, that's coming up soon. But
It's coming up soon, but I've been waiting for like 4 weeks.
So you're gonna do VR, like video game that can be live streamed as well. Well, I guess
It can be live streamed. I might get a green screen, so then you can put. It's a great thing about VR is it knows where you are in space. So if you get a green screen, it can put you into the game in the right spot, so you can have like elements in front of you and behind you.
Yeah.
So we're almost at 80. We are at 90 degrees, which is
Beer.
technically okay for yeast.
There's a YouTube channel called like Beer and Board Games, where they
Yep.
just drink and they play board games. But
Yeah,
Beer and games. Beer and that's
beer and games.
nice. So, what's
Just-
the next event that's going to be?
The next event is I'll turn off the pump and I'll turn off the water. I'll attach a tube to the output on there, and I'll dump the beer into the fermenter.
Leaving a pint of beer in the tubes, but
Yeah.
switch it over.
I'll
And
use my
this
little-
is sanitized. This is
Yep.
everything.
The other thing is I filled this up with that sanitizer solution,
Oh, okay.
and then I can just
Just in case. I mean, if just one bacteria gets in there, is it just done? There.
It can be, but it's a sliding scale. If you do nothing to sanitize anything, you're gonna have a bad time. You're gonna have bad beer.
It's just.
It'll
bad.
still be alcoholic. It'll just be something's wrong with it. So
Huh.
If you clean everything constantly, and you're always spraying things down, making sure everything's nice and sanitized, you'll be fine. And it's just a matter of like hitting it with some spray. I get a little bit more crazy than I should with spraying it, but
Oh, we got another question. Do you use the same yeast that is used for
no.
bread? It is not the same?
It's a hard no on that one.
Oh.
Bread yeast is many, many, many different strains. The only thing you want from bread yeast is to make the bread rise. But since you're baking in the oven, you're killing it off, and you don't have that flavor anymore.
Okay.
With beer yeast, it's a very specific strain of yeast. So in this case, it's a West Coast ale yeast, and it's been bred to be one type of yeast. And that creates certain flavors. So this one's going to be a very citrusy flavor to it. So there's
Yeah. Okay.
yeast is the most studied and we know more about yeast than we know about any other organism
Wow.
because of alcohol.
That is amazing.
So yeah, yeast is if you put bread yeast in beer, it's not going to taste good.
It's
So like there's a Belgian yeast. Have you ever had a Hefeweizen?
yeah.
Kind of a banana flavor.
Huh. Yeah. I never
That banana
said
flavor
banana
doesn't
before,
come from
yeah.
any bananas being added. It's because the beer was fermented at a certain temperature that yeast created those esters that taste like bananas.
Huh.
So
Wow.
different temperatures you ferment at will create different flavored beers.
And geez, wow, yeah, that's so interesting that yeast is the most studied.
Yeah,
Wow.
it is we know a lot about yeast.
Crazy.
So yeah, you definitely can't put just regular bread yeast into beer because it's just regular yeast.
But would it create alcohol?
It would.
It'd just be.
It would just
weird.
taste either okay, great, or really bad. It's a range because it's so random because the yeast that's in there is all different.
Yeah.
So it depends on which particular yeast strain grows the most of its kind in there and eats the most sugar. Some of it can actually survive in alcohol. Some yeast doesn't like living in its own poop.
Oops.
And that's the other thing. You never see beers that are really high in alcohol content because yeast eventually will kill itself, its own byproduct. It's like you living at home and you just shit all over the floor. Eventually you're knee deep in poop, and then you're eventually neck deep in poop. You're eventually going to die because it's bad for you. So yeah, yeast is poop.
Wow.
So we are at 80. I'm going to shoot for just a little bit lower. Make sure that's nice and sanitized.
I usually never want to go out. This is a personal thing. I want to stay at home and just watch YouTube and do nothing. But I got so much done yesterday. I'm like, I want to go. Do something now. I did all my chores. And Ben's doing live stream. He said for a couple hours. I'm like, oh, what the hell? Let's check this out. I should learn something.
My unclean arm just touched the side.
Well,
It's fine.
yeah, just. Huh.
All right, so we're a little under 80, so I will turn off the water and turn off the pump. Close our valves. There it is. Oh man, it looks like orange juice. A very weird looking orange juice. Move this over here. Give that a squiz.
Drink it? What? Squiz? Sniff it?
Sniff it, taste it. I don't know. It's going to be really hoppy and really sweet.
Wow. This is just a little bit that came from the tubes here. Smells like. It just smells like yeast and. Yeasty.
Oh. Did I miss that call? No, that was you. Okay.
Yeah, you missed my first call there.
I was right in the middle of
Yeah.
dumping the. Oh, I just got to turn this on. And now into the fermenter.
The beer
The beer.
is going there. I don't want to touch anything. Don't want to get near it. I want to screw it up.
see.
Just
Do-
hops and yeast and.
Guys.
Does he know what number?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I usually don't let them up here. I like to go get it.
Oh.
I was like,
Oh. Yeah.
But-
you do what you. Sorry.
this is easier.
I could have run down there and got it.
Here it is.
Fantastic.
Hello.
Hello. Just need a signature?
Cool.
There you go. Have a great day.
Thank you, too.
All right.
Pizza acquired.
Give a nice tip. Wow, pizza. Sorry. Wow, man, this is great. I can toss you a few bucks.
No, it's
for
fine.
Pizza, dude. I got you.
It's fine.
Yeah, no, look at this.
Ooh,
Look
yeah, condensation getting into the... No, I tripped in. Shoot.
at this. I gotta give Ben some money.
Well, your tips.
Oh, my tips.
Does the bank, when you go and deposit your money, think you're just like some stripper or something?
They have a question. I don't know.
Why, sir? These are all ones.
Just,
These are all ones.
I don't know what they think. They think probably just for your troubles, for the beer, for the pizza. Thank you. Yeah, that's I'm getting really good at making tips now.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, I finally bring an amplifier to my little pop shows. Tripled my income. It's just like, why didn't I do this years ago?
People can finally hear you.
People can finally hear me. Before it was just
It's backwards.
pathetic, or what's the right word for that? It's just they felt sorry for me. They're like, oh, I wish I could hear you. Here's $1.
Empathy.
Yeah, that's when you feel someone's emotions. What's the right word? My
Empathy.
vocabulary is very limited.
Yeah. Empathy is when
I
you feel for
don't-
someone's emotions.
Emotions.
You feel for somebody else
Sympathy
other than
is-
yourself.
Sympathy or empathy, yeah, is like when you have the same emotions. You've experienced the same emotions and you understand. And then sympathy is, I don't know what the hell you're feeling, but here's a. Wow, that's a lot of beer. You probably saw that whole thing fill up during that transaction.
There
Let's
you go.
see, is Britta still the only one? Or we've got 2 current viewers. That might be the Ben Aaron might be on there, and then Aubrey Surdick. Maybe. We don't know for sure.
I never really know for sure.
Aubrey could tell us.
Okay.
She signed out.
So what I forgot to do, can you grab that tube in the corner, the one with the black lid?
This one?
Other corner.
This one?
Yeah. The wine thief. I forgot to fill up our...
Gravity and physics.
Physics!
Oh, cool! Zoom in on that. No.
I can't.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Can you grab that cylinder on the table?
This one?
Yep, that one.
Big beer syringe going into a beaker.
This is called a wine thief
a wine thief.
from the wine industry.
The one on your right hand, yeah.
Yeah. So we'll let that, we'll come back to that in a second. Okay. Now, grab the scissors. Oh, wait.
Scissors.
We gotta throw that guy in there. Timer 100 start. So now I'm adding oxygen to the beer.
Adding oxygen to
This is something you don't do after the beer is fermented, because it's bad. But yeast needs oxygen to live, just like any other living organism. So I'm atomizing, or what's the word? Infusing the beer with oxygen. So when I add the yeast, there's something for it to use.
Wow.
You can also accomplish this by dumping it back and forth between 2 buckets.
Getting
Adds
that
oxygen from the
flowing.
air.
I can't believe that oxygen does that. Like in aquarium tanks, I just see bubbles. I'm like, is that really getting to the
It is.
all the yeah? It's
It
just,
is.
I just don't believe it. But there it goes. It's
You can
working.
kind of see that on screen.
Yeah. adding oxygen to the beer.
So this would normally be like welding gas.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, it's in like a red danger explosive flammable. Okay, 1 minute of adding air, oxygen.
All right. Let's assemble our airlock.
Okay, seal it up.
Which will actually put vodka in it. Because vodka is less likely to evaporate than water. And star sand, the phosphoric acid in the star sand actually evaporates over like 7 days, whereas vodka does not. So with that there, grab our yeast packet, which is fully sanitary, more or less. We'll cut it open. Oh, that's a pungent yeast.
Wow, smelly yeast going into, wow, it's liquid. Liquidy, yeah,
Yeast in its natural form is a liquid.
Ah, yeah.
Bread yeast has been dried up.
Bread yeast is little pellets. Yeah. That's what I'm familiar with. Special kind of yeast. That's really important. Yes.
Just don't want all that star sand being dumped in there.
Is this like the final process before you let it sit for a while?
Yeah, we're
Oh, wow.
nearly finished. So now I grab the vodka out of the freezer. Absolute, of course. Absolutely vodka.
Absolute.
More vodka goes into airlocks than I drink.
Say that again? What? More vodka?
More vodka goes into airlocks on here than I actually drink.
Yeah, all right.
I bought this bottle like a long time ago, and that's all I use it for. There we go.
Wow.
Put a little
And I guess I should get a shot of all
sanitized cap on. Ta-da!
Put this in. That is some interesting stuff.
And there we go. Now we can get the gravity reading. Whew.
Gravity reading?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that.
Okay. I need this. This is a cheap one, so it's not quite level. There we go. So this ends up at. Oh, are we spot on?
15,
No way.
That's crazy.
No way. 60. Oh, we're 3 points off. Oh, it's so close. That's better than I've ever had, though.
Wow. That's all
So,
right.
let's see here. High, drop. Wait, no. Hydrometer 1060. Is it? 1061. Wow, so close. That's really good.
Yeah. Ben is currently writing down his findings, his gravity testing.
This camera down. And then Aubrey can see this. This won't just be. We've got the fractometer. This is the same thing, except this one's a little bit more accurate.
Oh, a little digital.
Completely analog.
Oh,
Uses the power of light.
what numbers are you trying to find? Right, alcohol percentage, volume?
So
No.
A gravity of a liquid is based on the amount of sugar, so like the density of the liquid. This measures the density since there's a lot of sugar in there. It's highly dense. You probably used one of these in high school a long time ago.
Yeah, I've seen those.
So this is the density of the liquid. Water would be 1.0.
Okay.
Distilled water would be 1.0.
And this is.
And this is, so now, I'm going to hold this up to this.
Wow. 15 and a half, maybe?
10, we're looking at the SG word on the side. Brix would be the sugar content.
Oh, okay.
So that is 1064, right? I'm leaning into the screen here. Yeah, that looks like 1064.
1046? Wait.
No, because it's right. The 60s below it goes up on the scale.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1064. That means we're just slightly off by 0.001. So
Wow.
Nice.
Wow.
All right.
It says, wow.
We'll switch back to the other camera so it's not dizzying. Stare at the beer through the...
So that is the...
Do you like that? Would you like a full glass of that?
Oh. Oh, this is kind of...
You said you wanted to taste it.
Yeah. Good.
So this is a refractometer. This is a hydrometer. I'll take this out of the...
So scientific, man. It's amazing how accurate that was with the... Well, I guess that was an analog reading as well.
This also only works at certain temperatures.
And,
So
okay.
because I cooled the beer down, it works.
Of course.
It's also made of glass, so I can make sure I don't break it. There are other ones that you can do at like boiling temps, so you can get like your pre-boil gravity, your pre-
Okay, yeah.
I don't know where else they take it.
It's
been a while.
Measure it at different stages, and then just to make sure you're on track. I guess a
Mhm.
little more sophisticated way of.
Wash this all off. Yeah, and that's brewing beer.
That's brewing beer.
I've made it highly simplified. I'm worried that like people will be like, you know what, you made me want to make beer, and then they go the whole process getting all this stuff. I'm like, this is really getting hard. No, it's really
easy.
it's really easy. We'll switch over to my other camera.
That's the same thing with songwriting. It looks easy, but man, it takes years to
Yep,
have a good ear.
it's a whole process. Oh, it's sticky with beer now.
Oops. Beer money.
So there's also these packets that will get added later. So this is called dry hopping. So this is Citra and Mosaic. So these will get added after, let's see here, dry hop 5 to 7 days before packaging the beer. So before I put it in the keg, I will throw this in a week before.
Yeah, it definitely does look like a science experiment with the, what's the word? Not a beaker, but a cylinder.
It would be a graduated cylinder if it was.
Graduated cylinder. There's a joke in there. But would you drink it right now, though?
Yeah.
That's what I look at this and I went, I shouldn't drink this. That's
I wouldn't drink that. It's probably fine, but
Where did that come from? Was that from the tubes? Or,
it's from the tube right here.
I mean, yeah, but where did that beer come from? Was it straight from
Have some raw beer.
raw beer?
It's very sweet and then suddenly bitter. But you taste a little bit of citrus in it. It should, over time, as it ferments, turn into a more orange juice flavor.
I guess it's the only difference is that it's just the fermentation. That's the only thing. It's
This
not-
doesn't have alcohol in it, and it's very sweet.
Oh, okay.
Most people don't like it. I don't like it either, but I do it just so I can write that information down, and then if I make this beer again, I'd be like, yep, tastes exactly the same as what I wrote down.
It's terrible. It's
Yes.
It's awful.
Yes, it is. It is
tastes
awful.
nasty, bitter, sweet.
Yep.
Hop. a hop or
Yep.
something. It's just it's like the hops don't leave and they're just lingering in your mouth. It's
They hang out for a
gross.
bit. Would you like a glass of water?
Yeah. I got this. That'd be nice.
Scott did the same thing.
Yeah.
He's like, I never tried that. Tries it. He's like, oh, it's terrible. I'm like, I kind of know what I'm looking for now.
Yeah, I guess malt. What is it? Yeah, malt, yeast.
Malt, yeast, hops,
malt, yeast,
water.
hops, water.
Barley, but that's mixed in with the malt. So it's normally
Those are the main ingredients. Yeah.
water is just as important as every other ingredient. Having the wrong water will
Yeah, you
Make
mentioned
your beer
like
taste bad.
chlorine or some kind of
Yep.
something could be bad. Do you just get it from the tap though? I mean,
I get it from the tap and I
Yeah.
filter it.
Oh, that's right.
So that gets rid of the chlorine because it goes through the carbon filter.
That helps.
Eventually I'll get all the little like Epsom salts and minerals to add in there so that I can make it exactly the water profile I want it to be. And then Scott left his
pH level stuff.
Scott left his pH meter here, but I haven't done it because it requires like hours of calibration. So you'd put this into water or beer, and then it would read the pH. But it requires calibration, so I haven't done that yet. Buffering solution. Yeah. I told him, like, don't worry about it. If the brewery across the street does it with the water I use, it's probably fine. I'm sure they do the same thing, but So yeah, this is let's see. I can get really close to this. Oh, no, I have a camera right here.
Oh yeah.
I have all the technologies. And then webcam, configure, wire, focus. That's actually too close. So slowly that sediment, and you can see that it is sediment. If I can get the camera in focus. Is it? It's right about there.
Oh, it does look really like.
So that sediment you see in there is slowly going to sink down to the bottom, and it'll clear out. And that's what that little tablet does that I threw in there that fizzed out and went crazy.
Yeah.
So that congealed that.
Yeah.
So all those little spots in there will slowly sink to the bottom. The yeast will kind of screw that up because the yeast is going to start to churn. I have a few videos. I don't think I posted them. Wow, look at that. You can see it. I'll move the camera down here. Sorry for the dizzying look.
Goodness.
So you can see the gelatin here. I can't see. Oh, it's not in focus.
Want me to hit focus?
Figure
on it?
video.
Figure video. Oh.
Auto.
Much better.
So you can see all that like weird crud at the bottom. That's slowly going to settle out and just sink to the bottom as like a layer. And then the beer will be clear. So this will clear up, which it's slowly doing. You can kind of see it at the bottom there. It's doing it. But yeah, it's a gross look. I'd love to have a time lapse on it, but I don't have a night vision camera.
Oh.
You don't want direct sunlight to hit it.
Okay.
It'll do bad things to the beer.
So. And what is it? Okay, it congeals, but I mean, does it turn into just like? I think of like Jello when I think of congeal.
Kind of.
But it's like, so you don't use that, right?
Nope. So when I rack this, which means move it to another container, so I'll put it into my other carboy that's 5 gallons.
Yeah.
That gelatin will stay at the bottom.
Okay.
So I won't suck that into the other tank. That's why you rack it into the other fermenters so that that has time to settle to the bottom, take it out, clears it up. Most beer, craft beer, is not filtered because they let gravity do it for them.
Not filtered. So you're gonna use the pump basically to get out the clear.
No, it'll be a thing called an auto siphon, which is this with this in it. Oh, there's no water in there. So you go, and then you push it down, and that causes the beer to pump out, and then it just does siphon action.
Oh, yeah.
So that's how I move it to the other fermenter. The pump's done. The pump is end of its day today. This is probably going to sit at the end of my counter here, and then I close my windows and turn on the air and leave it on. But that's pretty much brewing.
That's wow.
I'd love to just keep this shot till the beer ferments or do like a time lapse. But then,
Well, you could do it after you, after it's a live stream and then it's uploaded to YouTube as a full, like, 2-3 hour thing.
well,
You
I want to time lapse the fermentation, but I can't show it because you shouldn't have light on it. So I usually live in darkness for like 2 weeks.
Oh, nice.
I come home and don't turn the lights on, and I just watch TV. And
How
it
long
sits
is this gonna sit here then? Is that
this will move over here. I'll fix my fridge because it cracked open, and I gotta glue it back together. Because I built it. The fridge isn't broken.
The keg fridge.
The keg fridge.
Okay, I thought you were just-
So I gotta fix that seal, and then it will be fine.
So you just set it over here for a long time.
A couple of days. And then I'll put it in the fridge, and then that has a little black cover I can put over it, and then I can actually turn off my air conditioning and put my lights back on. So
Wow.
that'll do its thing. Hopefully we have orange juice flavored beer. I was kind of hoping for a lighter color, more of an orange juice color, but it should be nice and citrusy. This will definitely help, adding this towards the end of it. But yeah, I think we'll call it quits right there.
Wow.
Go back over to our main camera. Let's say, oh yeah, this is starting to congeal. Look at that. It's like a gelatin in there.
Yeah.
It's gonna gelatin in my stomach now. Wow, look at that. This is the first time I've used one of these tablets. I've been brewing beer and not used these tablets, but it's
Yeah. It's just so
fun.
dense with sediment.
autofocus. Science. There we go. Now autofocused. So yeah, it's slowly congealing. So this will start to get really, really clear in the fermenter, and gravity will push all that to the bottom. So it should turn out. And then the next one is the Kolsch, which is more of like a light German beer. I need something like easy drinking.
Yeah. I over time I've found. I mean, I liked IPAs when they first were really popular, and then
Like
started
Furious and whatnot.
Yeah. I just tried everything, and then I went. I kind of just want a light beer in the summer, especially in the summertime. It's just like I just want the.
Surprisingly, this won't be hoppy.
Huh? Really? It's an IPA too.
It's called an IPA because it has all those hops in it. But all of these specific hops and the malt that went in there and the way we're brewing it and the yeast is supposed to make it taste like orange juice.
Really? Yeah. I can't
So,
believe what that's gonna.
It's weird.
Well, it's sort of like not like a Belgian wheat, like the blue.
No,
or
not
something like that.
not like a wheat beer. This will actually taste like orange juice. There's a few breweries you can go to in town
That's interesting.
that actually make this. They call it like a fresh squeezed or like a citra ale.
Okay, yeah, the fresh. What did you call it? Not fresh squeezed, fresh.
This is fresh squished.
Squished.
Fresh squished. They actually make that, and it tastes like you're just drinking orange juice. Like you could have it like with a mimosa or something, or it has a mimosa.
Anything like that before?
Oops.
So weird how congealing that is.
But yeah, it's a cool.
I can just see it. Yeah.
It's slowly making that line at the top. Yeah,
You
can see it. Right there. It's slowly sinking. So I'll probably leave this out just to see where it goes to, and just post a picture of the Werflock tablets. Let's see what the tablet is.
Oh.
Just these little tablets. There's also another name. I think they're called miner's moss, but it congeals it.
There's so many funny names. It's just a whole lot of different language. So much.
There is a lot of a language to the beer brewing process. We have a pizza here, so let's end the stream and let's eat the pizza. So we'll click over here. Thank you for watching. We'll see you probably next weekend or the following weekend on the live stream. If you're watching this after the fact, thank you for sticking around for 3 hours and 41 minutes. Hopefully it was entertaining. Bye, everyone. Bye.
Bye, Breda.
So we'll click
Goodbye, everyone.
on this, and then buy microphone and